and longer-lasting erections.
What?
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
What's up, everybody? How we feeling on yet another absolutely gorgeous day in the big city?
At least the weather is nice.
Yes. It's so nice that you should not go to work today and you should go to Yankee Stadium. Like, that's what I would do on an 85-degree day.
Yeah.
And we'll lead you right up until the Yankee game. The Yankees and the Angels are going to wrap up their 4-game series. What a win they had last night.
Yeah, big one.
You talk about pulling a victory out of your derriere. The Yankees did that last night.
Hey, it's better than losing.
It is, yes. And who knows better about losing than me?
I was just waiting for you to get to it.
I want to play a game with you because the Mets have been so boring in the fact that they lose every single night. And we see similar things every single night. We see a limp offense. We see Francisco Lindor do dumb stuff.
Yeah, it was so bad that Evan actually dropped out the LD without the abbreviation.
That's right.
On the Rico.
I did. I can't say it here.
Multiple times.
Yeah, well, I did a Rico at 2 a.m. after watching the Mets for 3.5 hours. I want to play a game with you.
Yes.
So I sat up last night watching the Mets for about 2.5 hours. I think that was the length of the game. And I was distracted by a question, by something that was boggling my mind. And I could not get it out of my head. What do you think, as I was watching the Mets for 2.5 hours, lose to the L.A. Dodgers for a third straight time, 8 overall, what do you think I couldn't get out of my head?
I'm going to say, who's saving this team?
Who is saving this team? Fair question. Nope.
I mean, if it was earlier in the week, I'd have said, when is Mendoza getting fired? But we already talked about that. So you've already went through that exercise in your mind.
Correct, yes.
So it wouldn't be that.
I've already done that.
Right, you already did that
I
one.
already was distracted by that during game 1 of the series when I was listing names of guys that took over 4 failed managers and sparked their team. So it wasn't that. What do you think I could not get out of my head while watching the Mets lose yet again to the Los Angeles Dodgers? You say, well, so far you haven't had a guess. Just a bunch of things that you know
I'm
wasn't.
going to say that the Dodgers so disrespect the Mets that Shohei Ohtani didn't even hit.
That's a good one. Not it, but it does sort of involve the L.A. Dodgers. Go ahead, Sean. I'll give you one guess, and I'll tell you, and we'll break it down.
We couldn't be further away from the Dodgers, and we only played them in an NLCS 2 years ago.
You are on the right track. You're on the right. So here's
2
what
years ago.
I couldn't get past the fact that the Mets and the Dodgers essentially have the same payroll. We essentially
What?
Yes, the Met payroll.
Right, because Ohtani's nothing.
Yeah, but even if you include Ohtani,
I know, but I'm just saying.
Even if you include the fact that the Dodgers play kind of funky math, the Mets payroll is incredibly high. And it depends on where you look. If you want to look at Fangraphs or Baseball Reference, we'll just pick this number, about 370.
Right.
The Mets have a payroll of $370 million, and yet their lineup and their roster could not be further away from the L.A. Dodgers. Last night, their lineup, $370 million, featured Brett Beatty batting third. It featured Tommy Pham in the lineup. Despite playing well, it featured MJ Melendez in the lineup. And so I started playing the math game. I said, how is this possible? Like, where do the numbers come from that the Mets have a payroll on the same stratosphere as the Dodgers, and yet the talent level is so low? And so I started jotting it down. I started trying to figure it out. Let's start off with the fact that the Mets are paying $30 million to guys not on the team. Let's just start with that. Frankie Montas is getting $17 million this season.
Wow.
I don't even know if he has an employer right now.
What is that from?
It's from the contract that David Stearns dumbly gave him. Where did it come from?
But I thought that was dead.
No, you still have to pay the player, Teak.
I know that, but I thought it expired like a year ago.
No, it was a 2-year contract. This is year 2. So David Stearns has $17 million tied up to Frankie Montas. He has $5.7 million tied up to just getting rid of Jeff McNeil for a teenager in the minor leagues. So I know that Met fans were done with Jeff McNeil, but keep that in mind. This brilliant general manager, team president, is paying $5.7 million for Jeff McNeil to not exist. He's paying $5.25 million for Brandon Nimmo to just not be on the roster. Those are guys that aren't even here. $30 million tied up to guys not on the roster. Now let's play the game of guys who are on the roster but suck. He is paying $25 million this season to a long reliever. His name is Sean Manaea. $25 million. Hey, who do you think the highest paid pitcher is on the New York Mets, Tiki Barber?
I'm going to say it's Sean Manaea.
It's Sean Manaea, who this general manager's team president signed for $25 million a year. I mentioned the dead money to Brandon Nimmo. He took back the corpse of Marcus Semien, who is making, are you ready for this? $26 million this season. Jorge Polanco, who didn't play yesterday, and he shouldn't play for another 2 weeks because he's hurt, is making $17 million. And I'm going to give you a name, and I bet most of the audience is going to say, I didn't know that guy was on the Mets. A.J. Minter. Remember him? Reliever, lefty?
I've not heard his name at all on the Mets this year. So, yes, we didn't know he was on the Mets.
Now, he is scheduled to come back in May. We'll see.
Yes.
Is making $11 million. There is $100 million tied up on either people that aren't here or people that suck. And it boggled my mind as I sat there watching a Major League All-Star team like the LA Dodgers take on what is, let's be honest, because they look like it, a freaking minor league baseball team known as the New York Mets. Because that's how they look. I mean, that's who they are.
He's a minor leaguer.
Tommy Pham was in single A 3 days ago.
He's a minor leaguer.
Well, it's not that. Look, he's played a lot of baseball. And I was having this conversation earlier this morning. Tommy Pham is 38 years old. He's been on almost every team in the league, it feels like, multiple times.
Yes, yeah.
And so that'll tell you all you need to know about Tommy Pham being in your lineup. But I think that it feels like this Met team, while it's young, is also very old and not productive and not cohesive at all. There's no chemistry, it seems like, between anybody. Now, does that mean that's why they don't hit with runners in scoring position? I heard the stat this morning, listening to the Rico, 1 or 3 for 33.
Yeah, during the losing streak.
3 for 33.
That's their numbers with runners in scoring position in the rare moments that they actually get a runner in scoring
and
position.
So there's nothing is coalescing with this team. Nothing. And it almost feels like you're sitting around waiting, Juan Soto, come save us. You're our only hope. That's what it feels like.
And that's not realistic as good as Juan Soto is.
Of course not. I mean, I know he's running now, but he's got a calf injury.
He's also one player. Like, I get it that a great player can sometimes carry an offense, but this offense is so limp from top to bottom. And you just said it. Like, they're a young team, but they're an old team. Here's why. When you look at the lineup last night, it either features old guys who are washed up or young guys who are just not producing.
Yeah.
The combo of Mark Vientos and Brett Beatty, which we have sat here for years watching, is like a combined 0 for 27. So it's a mix of young guys that are just not taking that step and washed up veterans. And it's sad. And obviously the other angle that a lot of Met fans are taking, I heard Boomer and Gio talking about it, something we talked about earlier in the week, which is that there's something wrong with Francisco Lindor. Because yet again, it's not just the 0 for 4. It's not just striking out in a long battle with Shohei Ohtani, because that happens. That's baseball. It's the defensive miscue he made in the bottom of the 8th inning that caused a close game to become a laugher, where Francisco Lindor is playing back on a ground ball to shortstop, and Teoscar Hernandez, to his credit, is playing the bottom of the 8th inning in the middle of April with a dynastic team. He's running it out like it's Game 7 of the World Series, and Francisco Lindor, again, makes a little bit of a mistake. And what does that little bit of a mistake cause? It causes Devin Williams to melt down, and it turns a close game into a blowout. And we can't rock our brains on why. Again, when you talk about money, Lindor's also making $35 million a year, and he's not playing it like a player like that.
No. It's almost like I don't want to say he's disinterested, because that would be unfair to him, but it's almost like his urgency is gone. He used to play short with this accuracy and urgency and dependability that you could count on. You don't have to think about it. Now you have to think about it. You get it's almost like what we felt with Volpe last year. There came a point, and this was after he got hurt, and we didn't know he was hurt, but it was still in our minds, why is Anthony Volpe regressing? And so it begs the question: Is he healthy?
Well, and that's what we talked about earlier this week, which is, does he have a concussion from that second game of the season? And everyone's got theories on what's wrong with Francisco Lindor. Here's where I'm at as a Met fan. In the midst of an 8-game losing streak and what feels like is going to become one of those seasons you never forget for all the wrong reasons, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's, hey, I don't get along with my teammates. I don't care if it's an injury. You're out there playing. That's not my fault. I don't care what it is. They need him. And last night's a great example of it because forget the defensive play. We just talked about it. Made no sense. Turned a close game into a blowout. Francisco Lindor came up twice in a big moment. Twice with a chance to change the game.
Right. One of them he battled.
You can battle all you want. He struck out.
Yeah, on a ball.
On a pitch that was out of the strike zone. I appreciate the battle. I love a long at-bat. I've always said that. But Francisco Lindor is the leader of this team, as a star on this team, as a guy making $35 million a year on this team, had a chance with one swing to change everything, and he didn't. And I know that feels unfair because Mark Vientos sucks, and Brett Beatty sucks, and Marcus Semien sucks. But Francisco Lindor has to step up, and we've said it for a while, and it's not changing, and they're burying themselves. And it's sad to watch, especially when you think about $370 million. And David Stearns, he's a smart guy. He did a great job in Milwaukee. Let's call it like it is. So far, and I get it, things can change. His resume with the New York Mets is abysmal. We just went through the dead money. That's on you.
Yeah.
You decided to dump Brandon Nimmo for the corpse of Marcus Semien. That's a you decision. You decided to sign Frankie Montas to a 2-year deal. That's a you decision. You decided to give Sean Manaea $25 million a year. And it's irrelevant if I agreed with you at the time, because in that case, I did. I'm not the GM and president. You are. You're the one that decided I'm going to give Jorge Polanco, who's been injury-prone his entire freaking career, $17 million a year. That's a you decision. And I haven't even mentioned the easy opinion that we all may have, and that's who you decided to let go. Because I'm not even going to bring that up. I'm going to bring up what you decided to bring in here. Your resume sucks. And when I'm sitting there watching a team with a $370 million payroll look like they're not on the same level as the Dodgers,
He's a minor leaguer.
that's a problem.
Yeah, especially with the preseason expectation, because it was hot. They were up there with one of the top odds to get to the World Series as anybody. Now, obviously, the roadblock was the Dodgers, and I think the Dodgers showed they're in a completely different class. They're not even close, despite the money that the Mets are spending. And I wonder, look, Steve Cohen, we've had many conversations about him. And this past offseason, everybody was I don't know, resenting the fact that there was a casino that's going to open and he's not spending any money and his focus isn't on the Mets. It's more on the business around the Mets, literally and figuratively. And so how much of Steve Cohen's interest, other than the random tweet, is actually on what's happening with his team? So you bring this all up. You're talking about David Stearns and how he has failed miserably. Will there be an accountability? Will David Stearns will Steve Cohen hold David Stearns accountable for how bad this is turning into? And especially if this 8-game losing streak turns into a 12-game losing streak or a 13 or 14-game losing streak. What kind of accountability is there? Unfortunately, I think if there is none, then people who are talking about Steve Cohen not caring about the team and just what's around the team are going to be proven right. They're going to say, we were right. He doesn't care about this team, doesn't care about winning. He just cares about building a casino around the Citi Field. Then that's unfair.
No, I get you.
But it's the reality of it.
I am deeply scared that with a 7-12 record and the way this team is playing, that this could turn into 1993, that this could turn into 1992 or 2003. And those are seasons, Tiki, in which the Mets had high payrolls, brought in big names, and they didn't underachieve. Underachieving is 83 wins and not making the playoffs or what happened last year. I'm talking about sucking. I'm talking about having an August.
It's on the table, Evan.
Is that not amazing?
It is on the table.
I know it is. You don't think I know?
Right? What the scenarios where you see it happen are they're real and they're right in front of you. Tommy Pham never turns into anything. Marcus Semien is just washed. Decent defender, but he's washed as a hitter. Carson Benz never figures it out because he's a rookie. right? Mark Vientos is exactly what we saw last year, and Brett Beatty is an enigma who will always be that guy with potential. But after a couple of years, potential turns into a bad word. Your rotation is okay.
I like the rotation.
Right.
That's where I'll defend.
That's what I'm saying. It's okay. You're not screaming and yelling about it, but you give up a 2-run home run, the game's over.
I know, it felt that way. It felt that way. And credit to the Dodgers.
Oh, and by the way, Juan Soto, he needs to come back, but what if he doesn't?
Yeah.
Like, the scenario that where this team sucks is real.
It's absolutely real. Oh, no doubt. I don't think that's an over-exaggeration to the record. I think it's reacting to the roster.
Right.
It's reacting to what's on the field. I mean, the veteran players that were brought in, Marcus Semien again, there is legit concern that the decline we've watched over the last 3 years from afar is going to continue. If it continues and he's worse than he was last year, don't tell me about his defense. I don't want to hear it. You're making $26 million a year, and I can't believe.
And how much is it impacting a individual game?
Well, I mean, it impacts it positively when you're a good defender.
Yeah.
But when you're hitting 175 with like a 500 OPS, it's worse. I can't believe it. And this will be the one mention I'll make briefly to the guys they lost. Just the one mention I'll make. I can't believe that I'm sitting here in the middle of April, and more than losing Alonso and more than losing Diaz, I am fuming over Nimmo for Semien. and it's funny, at the time when that trade was made, I didn't like the trade. So I was on the record as not liking it, but I was open-minded. Hey, let me see the rest of the way the offseason works. Let's see.
Right.
I was open-minded. I didn't like it, but I wasn't screaming bloody murder. That trade could haunt us for the rest of time. Because Brandon Nimmo can still be a competent major leaguer, even if he's on a bloated contract, and even if he's not the same defender. What is this?
Right.
$26 million a year. He's done nothing for us, so it's not like we even have the past to say, well, he was a good Met, and he's terrible. So it's a scary, scary time. The positive is, last night in the Bronx, I'll tell you something about the New York Yankees. You should be thrilled you won because a win is a win. And the way I view victories when you're not playing well and things aren't clicking is I almost get more satisfaction out of wins like that because you just pocket the win, you put it away.
Yeah, it's a relief.
And you'll play better eventually where you'll have more impressive wins. But think about last night for a second. First of all, Oswald Peraza said, you know what, guys? I haunted you for 2.5 days. I'm going to throw you guys a bone because the game is over. Like, I know the previous play in the ninth inning was this brilliant play by the left fielder robbing Giancarlo, so I get it. That was an amazing defensive play. There's about to be 2 outs and nobody on with you down a run. The game's done.
Right.
Like, let's be honest. Would you agree with that, Sean? 2 outs, nobody on. Austin Wells at the plate.
Okay.
Good night.
Okay. It feels like good night, and you're probably right, but the way Romano could have still coughed it up.
He is shaky. I admit that. But 2 outs and nobody on down by a run, bottom of the order coming up. Think about who is coming up.
Yeah. And Wells, by the way, in that inning, was dying to strike out. Swinging on the pitch he swung on at 3-0 or 3-1.
So
you're just waiting for Ryan McMahon to end the game.
Of course.
You are?
I'm barely joking, but it always comes down to that.
Yeah.
Always. But it didn't, thankfully.
So you get this gift from the gods, and you take it. Like, no one is saying to feel bad about it. And then the other gift from the God is, and maybe this is my bitterness coming in at Luis Rojas, because I think of all failed managers in Met history, that was a terrible send.
Yeah. Lucky they threw the cutoff.
That was an atrocious send.
He should have been out by a foot,
and
2 feet.
And we would be saying, come on, they're second and third, then less than 2 outs. Yes, Ryan McMahon was due up. They were going to possibly pinch hit for him. I think they were going to pinch hit for him. I'm trying to remember now.
Yeah, they did already use Goldie for Grisham.
I get it. So I think it was a terrible send and they got away with it. So it's one of those wins where as a Yankee fan, you should absolutely be excited. A win is a win is a win. You walk out of that ballpark, you're pounding your chest. But my God, did they get away with, they got away with losing. That's what they got away with last night.
Yeah, but you know what? They made a rough pitcher pay, and also they didn't allow the important extra run like they've been doing with the bullpen. Bednar's night, I can't stress enough how important that was.
Right.
No, you're right. And the other weird thing is, so the Yankees have come back down in the ninth inning twice in this series. I do have to point this out. The Mets haven't done that since 2024.
Wow.
Coming back, trailing in the ninth inning. I want to be specific with the stat because the Mets have been trailing in the bottom of the 10th inning and have come back. That happened last year. It happened earlier this year. But the stat that people go crazy about is trailing going into the ninth inning.
Yeah.
The Mets haven't come back in a game like that since Pete Alonso took Devin Williams deep in the National League Wild Card Series. The New York Yankees just did it twice.
And are you aware of the stat last night? I promise not trolling, but it relates to Luis Castillo?
Sure.
Okay.
I am aware of it. I'm confused by it, so if you want to explain it, good for you.
I had the written. Now I finally got it. It is the first time the Yankees have walked off a win that didn't involve a home run where they were trailing on the hit that won. Since Luis Castillo's pop-up.
That does feel like you are trying to troll.
He has pissed me off.
So in other words, anytime usually they walk off on a tie. Anytime they've trailed in that spot, it's usually a home run.
So they walked off on a hit that resulted in 2 runs.
Or just a non-home run because the Castillo was an error. But
what's crazy about that last play is that even though it was a terrible send, they were running on Romano 2 pitches in a row on 1 and 2. It was not a full count. 1 and 2, they send the runners, and I think it was going to be a successful double steal. Caballero fouls it off, and then they do it again because Jordan Romano's like, I'm not paying attention.
Right.
The hell do I care?
He's terrible.
He's awful. He used to be in the Yankees division. He was a Blue Jay, and he was good for a while. And then they non-tendered him, and now he's bouncing around baseball.
You know what the most important thing I got out of this game?
Go ahead.
Mike Trout needs to end his career as a Yankee.
You're not wrong.
How many freaking home runs is he hitting this series?
It's amazing.
It's unreal.
You're not
and he's
wrong.
had a crappy season.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. We've had on and off the discussion about trading for Mike Trout. That has been an on and off FAN discussion for about 3 years, with the thought being it's a bloated contract. The Angels are going nowhere. Would Artie Moreno say to Mike Trout, you know what, we're going to do you a favor, and we're going to send you out. And we've had this discussion, again, a lot with the Mets and the Yankees, and I think we've always come to the conclusion that you just can't do it.
Right.
But you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe at this point you call up Artie.
I'm only saying it because he hit a home run every game.
Dude, he looked like Mike Trout.
Yes.
Mike Trout came back.
Yes.
Maybe he really
needs
does.
the stage.
Yeah.
That's what I took at. He needs the stage.
He'll get here and get hurt immediately.
It doesn't. I mean, he's hurt every year anyways.
Exactly.
So hit 40 home runs for us and miss 25 games, 30 games.
Handle him like Giancarlo.
100%.
That's what you would do. You'd probably have to include Giancarlo and then some top prospects, and you take on the rest of the contract. I can't believe we're making this fake trade.
Dude, I would do that.
Bring him in.
You would do it, Sean.
I don't know, man.
Yes,
I don't
would.
know.
For Giancarlo?
I'm trading Giancarlo for Giancarlo, but with less playoff experience.
A younger Giancarlo. It doesn't matter the playoff experience. He doesn't need it.
Don't go crazy about that. He's showing you. Tiki's point is he needs the bigger stage. Wouldn't you think that if you gave him the bigger stage in the playoffs, he'd be fine as long as he's healthy?
I don't. Yes, but I as long as he's healthy is the big question. I don't trust that he will be.
I tell you, at this point, I'd freaking do it. Who do I have to give up?
Marcus Semien.
Done. I'll drive him to Anaheim. We'll get to your calls next. 888-808-1019 is the toll-free number. Plus, we made predictions on this series between the Mets and the Dodgers. We'll check in on how we did. But first, it's time for the Yankee Turning Point of the game. Be the first call to correctly identify yesterday's Yankee Turning Point at 866-540-WFCV. A $100 Wendy's gift card from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great even late at Wendy's. It's all from your flagship station for Yankee baseball, The Fan. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Portion of the program is also sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source.
Hey, business owners, it's Tiki Barber. Are you looking to earn extra money? Of course you are. When your business partners with Amazon Hub Delivery, you simply drop off packages to Amazon customers in your neighborhood. Get started at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery.
Thursday, April 23rd, round 1. Big Blue and Gang Green will be on the clock with futures at stake. New York heads down to Atlanta to take the court for a pivotal Game 3. A huge night in New York sports, and the FAN crew is getting together to party.
Hey, baby, let's go out there like a bunch of crazy dogs and have some fun.
Boom Boomer, Geo, Jerry, Evan, Tiki, and Morash, Carton and McMonigal all crash the Fans rooftop here in Manhattan. And you can check them out streaming live on WFAN's YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram. From the penthouse at 345 Hudson Square Properties. Sponsored in part by Sloman's. Save on AC today. And your home for everything New York sports. WFAN.
I'm a 100% kind of guy, so I got Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet because I do everything at 100%.
What game should we watch?
100% of them.
She hits a
penalty kick
out of the park
from way downtown for a
beautiful shot onto the green.
You either have 100% fiber internet or you don't. Get Verizon Fios. It's super fast and reliable with ultra low lag. It's 100% or nothing. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today.
Go Teams!
Right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $250 back in bonus bets if your first bet wins. FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips, so you can check stats, trends, and matchups all in one place and make your picks with confidence. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and older, physically present in New York. First online, real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which do expire 7 days after receipt. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
I'm Tyler Kolick, and I got my Lincoln at Lincoln of Queens. They even delivered it right to my door. When it's time to save, it's time to go to Lincoln of Queens. Go New York, go New York, go.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. You know, after years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. Red Pocket Mobile gives you 3 major 5G networks to choose from. Switching cities? Switch your network. That's like calling your own Audible. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
At Kohl's, spring style starts with the season's best shoe sale and continues with 15% off the rest of your looks. But with great outfits from Kohl's, what happens next is unexpected. Strangers ask where you shop. The breeze feels like it's blowing just for you. Your kids post for photos willingly. Yep, great spring outfits can do that kind of thing. Find yours at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles, offers end April 26th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. The sweep is complete out in L.A., and we here on the Evan and Tiki Show with me, Sean Morash, have made our predictions 3 days ago. So how did they pay off, Evan Roberts? Let's go to the video review. Tiki Barber's prediction on this series with the Mets and Dodgers. How would it unfold? Here we go.
Let's make a prediction right now. Short-term, long-term. 1:11 on Monday, April 13th. How does this series between the Mets and the Dodgers play out, Tiki Barber?
They lose game 1, 7-2. They lose game 2, 5-1. And then they win game 3.
Okay.
3-2.
So the Mets have a 7-game losing streak, but then beat Ohtani to at least salvage the finale, but they lose 2 out of 3 to the LA Dodgers.
Yes.
Well, I got to give Tiki credit. Even though he was wrong about the Mets winning a game, he had the Mets getting outscored 14-6 in this series. The Mets got outscored 14-3.
I gave him too much credit.
You gave us way too much credit.
Right.
All right, here I go.
Sean Morash.
They win tonight. Peterson pitches great. They lose the next 2 and get blown out.
Okay. So same thing in terms of the Mets lose 2 out of 3.
Yep.
They just win the first, they lose the next 2.
Yep.
All right, so you're both wrong. You gave the Mets way too much credit by even winning a game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think I remember what I said.
All right.
I think the Mets are going to win 2 out of 3. I think they're going to win tonight. I think they'll win game 2 with McLean. And then I think what will be disappointing is they'll blow game 3. Like they'll have a chance to get a sweep. They won't get it. I'll be pissed, and Tiki will be like, but you took 2 out of 3. You were right. You should be happy. Yeah, I should be happy. What delusional bums we all were. Because even you and you, Sean, you guys you had us winning a game, which would change, I think, the view just a slight bit, as opposed to now where they're in the midst of an 8-game losing streak, the worst start of a season they've gotten off to since 2011.
Wow.
And it's a
2011?
disaster. Yeah, I went through that last night.
What?
That was the other thing I did while breaking down the Met payroll. I wanted to see through 19 games because I couldn't trust AI. They couldn't do it. So I did it myself. I went through Baseball Reference. Their worst record through 19 games, and I had to go all the way back to 2011. And the Mets have had some bad seasons mixed in there, but they usually don't get off to starts like this. This is a terrible start, an atrocious start. And hopefully they could change it tomorrow night in Chicago, but thank God they have an off day because I need one.
Yeah, you need to sleep.
I need to sleep.
After a West Coast trip, game started at 10 o'clock, over at 1:30, doing a Rico till 3.
That's right. And you know what our reward is, Met fans? All 3 games they're about to play in Chicago are day games. 2:20 on Friday, 2:20 on Saturday, 2:20 on Sunday. The bad news is the Cubs are starting to play better. They just won 2 out of 3 against the Phillies. So that's a problem. You want to do serious predictions on the Cubs real quick, or is it not worth it anymore because they suck?
I just don't know enough about the Cubs this year.
Pete Crow Armstrong's off to a bad start.
Okay.
Nico Horner's been their best hitter.
Okay.
They're going to face Jamison Tyone on Saturday. Edward Cabrera, who the Mets have seen a lot of. The Cubs acquired from the Marlins, is pitching Friday. Senga for the Mets on Friday. Peralta on Saturday. David Peterson on Sunday.
1 and 2.
They're going to lose 2 out of 3?
Yep.
Sean?
They're getting swept.
Damn.
You know what? Just to prove to you that I can't quit this, the Mets are sweeping the Chicago Cubs.
Okay.
I'll give you some confidence.
Okay, Tommy.
Positive Evan.
Except I say it with a laugh, and the question is, do I actually believe it?
You're a schmuck.
Let's get to your calls. 888-808-1019 is the number. Dan on Long Island. Hey, Dan.
Hey, how you guys doing? Evan, this is for you.
Yeah.
I am an ex-Mets fan. I'm 75 years old. I've been a fan from day one.
All right, Sid.
I submitted my resignation the moment Alonso signed with Baltimore. I am here to throw gasoline on the fire. Do you remember when Tommy Pham last parted ways with the Mets?
Yes.
He dumped all over them.
Yes.
He said he was thrilled to leave. They had the worst work ethic of any team he's been with.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you this, and they took him back.
Yes.
Do you think, I'm sure the Yankees would have done the same thing, right?
In what regard? Taking him back because of the comments he made?
Right.
Well, I don't. First of all, let's keep a couple.
When you make it known you don't want to be someplace, why the hell would you take him back?
Well, there's a few things that need to be mentioned here. Number one, David Stearns was not in control of the Mets during the first tenure of Tommy Pham.
Yeah, and a lot of the players are different too.
Well, yes, but the guy who made the decision doesn't have any attachment to Tommy Pham in terms of his time here with the Mets. Right. That's number one. So I think they view Tommy Pham more as a guy who's available late in spring training or early in the regular season, because I'm trying to remember when I think it was like the first week of the season, that they could bring in on a minor league deal as an insurance policy. So number one, I don't think the team president cares. And number two, those comments about the least hardworking locker room he's ever seen, that was his opinion. And to me, it's not ban-worthy. Right. It's not enough to say I can't have that guy on my roster. If the guy can help my roster, I'd have no problem bringing him in.
Yeah, the question, though, is why would he come back unless it was his only option?
Well, Tommy
Pham, if it was his only option, then why the hell is he even here?
Well, two parts. Number one, I don't think he has a lot of options to what you said. And number two, just because you made an observation on that locker room 3 years ago doesn't mean you'd never play there again.
Yeah.
And I want to make something
especially because it's a different locker room.
Right. And Tommy Pham, back then when he made those comments, he specified two people that weren't the non-hard workers.
Right.
And I think that's worth mentioning. Do you remember the two names that he pointed out were not a part of whoever he was talking about?
No.
One is here, one is not.
I'm going to say Pete Alonso.
Pete Alonso was not a non-hard worker. And the other one
Lindor?
Is Francisco Lindor.
Yeah.
So was he talking about Jeff McNeil? Maybe. Was he talking about Brandon Nimmo? Maybe. Was he talking about somebody else we're not thinking of?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Well, which one didn't take batting practice? Nimmo?
Jeff McNeil. Oh, no, Brandon Nimmo.
Nimmo.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's probably that.
So he hated Nimmo.
Yeah. Or not hated him, but just, dude, you don't even practice?
Here's the good news. Tommy Pham didn't slap him across the face the way he did Jock Peterson.
Maybe he should have.
Maybe he should have. That's a great point. Ron in Jersey City. Hey, Ron.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
I want to say this. First, you know I can't stand David Stearns. Second is, there's not one hitter in that lineup that any pitcher in the major leagues is worried about doing any damage to them because they all suck. Why would any pitcher be scared of them when they can't hit?
It's a fair point.
They fucking suck. They fucking suck.
Yeah, I think that when Lindor is going well, he's a guy that would put fear in an opponent.
Yes.
And obviously Juan Soto, who's not currently in the lineup. I don't know if Bo Bichette, in fact, Sean, you'd probably be the best person to answer this because he was in your division for all those years. Mm-hmm. When the Yankees faced the Blue Jays as an opponent, were you ever scared of Bo Bichette?
No, I view him as more of a pain-in-the-ass player.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
That feels about right.
I think that's a fair description on him.
It also could be like a biases to power.
Yeah, and it's also he's one of those guys who's just such a good baseball player. You know he's going to at some point beat you.
Right.
Yeah, that's all. It's not like I didn't fear Dustin Pedroia, but he was a pain in the ass.
Sure.
Yeah, fear is more like Vlad.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, actually.
You look at a guy like that and you're like, oh, crap. He's up the bat again.
I think the only guys on the Mets that would do that to you is, number one is Juan Soto. He's their best hitter, and obviously the Mets are missing him. I think we all know that. And the other guy, when he's going well, is Lindor. Let's not forget what this guy did.
When he's hot, he's scary.
And I get it's annoying that he's streaky, and right now he's going through a bad streak, even though he showed some green lawns the other day by getting a couple of hits.
Green lawns?
Isn't that what Cohen said?
Straws.
No.
Green sprouts?
Oh, what is it? It's not green lawns.
It's green lawns.
No.
Yeah.
You sure?
Unless you guys correct me,
green
I'm right.
shots.
Oh, green shots.
Shoots.
The Mets!
This is what we now have in our vocabulary.
I hate that Steve Cohen made me brain think about that.
I know.
And the other thing I could think about last night as the Mets were losing and embarrassing themselves, I kept thinking about what Steve Cohen would possibly say should make us feel better. Like, the night before it was, hey, if the weather was warmer, Marcus Simeon's fly ball to left field is a home run. I'm seeing green shoots with Francisco Lindor. Like, when you watch the Mets last night, what is it? MJ Melendez is going to win a batting title? Like, what do you got for us?
At least the guy who came up from Jared Young was better than Jared Young.
He's a minor leaguer.
Dan in Forest Hills. Hey, Dan.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
Okay, here's my take on the Mets. It's a little lengthy. David Stearns actually has accomplished one thing that he set out for: run prevention. None of them can hit; they can't drive in runs. The second thing is about the defense. He's got people playing out of position. He talks about defense and defense. You got a guy who's playing first who can't play first. Got a guy playing third who's a terrible fielder.
Yeah, but
you got Brett Beatty in the outfield.
But Dan, can I push back on this? And this is not being me being a Met defender, because obviously this team sucks right now. Their defense is not their problem.
Mm-hmm.
Bo Bichette, and this isn't going to be talked about, and I get why, because Bo Bichette isn't doing enough offensively and all that. He's actually looked pretty good at third base over the last 2 weeks. Would you not agree?
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's out of position.
It actually looks like he's getting comfortable playing third base.
But the point is, he is out of position.
Okay.
I think that was his point.
And at what point is he just in his new position and he's doing it okay? When do we do that? Do we ever do that? Or is this a talking point forever?
I mean, he's not A-Rod.
Look, I think the sample size is still too small.
Right. So,
but right now, he's not a problem.
Yeah,
he hasn't been a problem for weeks
I
in terms of
understand
a bad defensive play.
And
so why are we talking about
because
it?
in a week from now, he could have 3. And all of a sudden, it's instead of going away, it resets back to
let's let that happen.
Okay. So the question is, you ask, how long until you stop thinking that way? Whereas if he makes an error or two, it's kind of like, that just happens. It's baseball. It's probably a year.
Okay, well, I think that's kind of crazy. I think we need to focus on what the actual problem is. Like even first base.
It's funny. People call about the fielding, and the run prevention side of this Mets.
Yeah.
Who cares?
That's my point. Is it an issue?
Score more than a run a game.
That's of course the problem.
What is the average run per game they're scoring right now?
The Mets?
Yeah, I mean it's got to be. No, I'm talking about all season long.
Oh, it's in the 3s, which is pathetic. I mean, that's a horrible. I would guess because I write it in my scorebook every day.
Yeah,
about 3.6.
It feels like it should be like 2.6.
Well, because lately it is.
Yeah,
and they've got a few like outliers out there, like on opening day when they scored 11 runs. Right now, the runs per game for the New York Mets is second to last in the National League at 3.42.
Ugh.
The only team worse is the San Francisco Giants. So they're bad.
Yeah.
And that's their problem. But first base, let's just use that as an example because they've had many different guys play the position. Mark Vientos has played it. Brett Beatty played it last night. Jared Young, before he got hurt, played it. Has it been a problem recently?
No.
So then why is that still a thing?
To me, it's not.
The thing is, the guys that were brought in to hit, like, drive runs in, they have failed. Their lineup is atrocious. That's the problem. It's almost like certain Met fans are so stuck on what they talked about during the offseason that they can't get past it.
Yeah.
Let's get past it and move on to the real issue. The offense is horrible. They don't score any runs. They go down 2-0 on a home run by Hae-Sung Kim, and we're all thinking the same thing.
Yep.
It's like they're down 13 runs. And that's the problem.
Right. Clay Holmes didn't have a bad outing.
No, look, the starting pitching is actually decent. Like, if you said, Evan, I want you to give me 2 minutes of just actual, not fake stuff, like real positivity.
I mean,
on the New York
Mets.
The
pitching. It's Nolan McClain, who's going to be phenomenal. It's Senga had a terrible last start.
Big start for him tomorrow.
But it's a big start for him because he started the season exactly how you'd want it to.
Yeah, but we said positives. You went right to a negative. Keep going.
That's only because I wanted to say Senga next.
Well, don't say him next because he's not a positive
Peralta
yet.
got 6 innings last time he was out. He had a quality start.
And Freddie Peralta's good. Like, he may
And
not be
of
as
course.
good as some envision him to be, but he's a very solid starter in this sport. That's a pretty good one, too.
Yeah,
Clay Holmes keeps doing his job.
Doing his job. David Peterson is kind of the outlier on the positive with the starting pitching, but then the bullpen is where you start to worry.
Well, here's the way I look at the bullpen. And you guys help me out.
I'm just telling you, man.
Help me out, Yankee fans.
You're now experiencing exactly what the Yankee fan experienced.
Let me put Luke Weaver to the side, okay? He had 2 bad performances. We haven't seen him in a couple of days.
Well, that's also part of the problem.
Okay. I get that. But I want
you don't see him in a couple of days. Devin Williams didn't pitch for what? 5 days? 6 days?
No, like 8 days.
8 days.
Yeah,
8 days.
It's a long time.
Hey, man. Hey, kid, go out there and you got this. I know you haven't actually faced live batters in 8 days.
Well, that's the Devin
Good
Williams.
luck to you.
That's the Devin
Against
Williams
the Dodgers, by the way.
I get you. Here's the Devin Williams thing that I view, because I don't trust Devin Williams. I've been negative on Devin, but I want to be fair about what happened last night. You guys tell me if this is fair as Yankee aficionados who watched him last year. The defense I'd give is what you laid out. Hasn't pitched in a week. A part of that's on Mendy. A part of that is just baseball. The Mets suck. You're saving your bullet. But the thing that sort of concerns me about Devin Williams is that if you watch the 8th inning, he gets the first guy out.
Yeah.
Except Lindor makes the miscue.
Yeah, he gets rattled.
It destroyed him.
Mentally, he melts.
Did you see what the next batter did? For those that aren't aware, I'll give it to you. 4-pitch walk.
Right.
The next batter after that, Andy Pajes, hit a ball off the fence that was only a single because everyone held up. And the batter after that hit a grand slam.
Yeah.
Devin Williams melted down before our eyes, and I think it was absolutely connected to the Lindor play, which is not really an excuse. I'm kind of ripping Devin, saying, hey, he melted down, but I'm also willing to put it away as that's not going to necessarily be a trend, but I do put it in the back of my mind as, hey, he's prone to melting down.
Well, I mean, it's one thing to know a guy has an ability, right? I see this. I'm coaching flag football. Like, some of these girls are super athletes, right? But at that age, it's focus. It's all about, can you focus? And if you get distracted, you lose focus, you don't perform as well. Devin Williams reminds me of that. He is very good, and he could be great if he could focus and not let the tiny derailments that happen in a game destroy whatever's going to happen in the future. That's what we experienced with Devin Williams last year. Yeah. It took one little thing to go wrong, and you just knew he wasn't getting it back.
And that is a problem.
Of course it is.
Because little things tend to go wrong. Like, one thing I'd give the former closer a lot of credit for is even when he walked the first two guys in Game 4 of the NLDS, and I thought an implosion was coming, and certainly a few things went wrong, he got the next three guys out.
Right.
But maybe Devin Williams did us a favor.
Why?
Because if he pitches a clean bottom of the eighth inning and it's 3-1 Dodgers, Edwin Diaz comes out with his dopey trumpets for the ninth inning, and it probably would have been adding insult to injury to have to see Edwin Diaz close out the Mets.
Oh, that is one way to look at it. Or
You like
his
that
dip in
one?
velocity continues, and you have the most amazing comeback to jumpstart your season by beating Diaz.
Let's keep this in context. The dip in velocity is like a mile per hour.
All right, well, I'm trying to
I mean, it's honestly, I think it's even less than that. That was an excuse for him not to face the Mets.
Yeah, but he was going to face the Mets last night.
I know, but I'm just saying the reason. Well, yeah, I mean, you already won 2 out of 3. Why not? If he blows it, who cares? Because he's emotional. It doesn't matter.
I do like the idea, though, Tiki. And look, I'll say it now, kick them while they're down. On any given Clay Holmes start this year, there are 3 opportunities for a former Yankee closer to implode.
Did you get, and I am not going to take this personal because right now all I can do is laugh or I'd cry.
Yeah.
Did you kind of enjoy Devin Williams melting down last night as a Yankee fan?
So I went to sleep in the 6th inning.
Okay.
It was the first thing I saw when I woke up. Before I even got to rewatch, like, it was all over my timeline. I said, this is the best thing to wake up to in the world. The best. And then, of course, I had to go back in context and see what unfolded in the inning.
I appreciate your honesty because I don't take any disrespect towards that.
No, but here's the thing.
Just give me an honest answer.
I'm not rooting against the Mets. I'm really not. You can believe me or not. But if they are going to lose and they are going to have rough nights like that, sure. Watching Devin Williams give a grand slam makes it better.
I have always told you, like, my feeling towards the Yankees was very different when I was younger compared to now. But if somebody fails for my team, and Devin Williams ultimately was a failure for the New York Yankees, I think that's a fair statement to describe his 1 year in pinstripes. No matter what team he went to, I think there would be that level of, I want you to fail.
Right.
I think that's how we are as sports fans.
Yeah, I didn't hate Devin Williams, especially because he got usurped by Bednar when it mattered. So it didn't matter.
No, you're also a nicer guy than all of us.
True.
You're a more balanced, healthier human.
That's a big theme over 3
and
years.
I know what it takes to succeed at a professional level.
Yes,
sports.
you do. You also have that.
And it's hard.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's hard.
And we're a bunch of narps sitting on a couch. Carl's in Staten Island. Hey, Carl.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yo.
Just a couple of things about the miserable Mets. It's not fair to us as the diehard Mets fans what's going on here and what Stearns or what Uncle Stevie, supposedly our Uncle Stevie, allowed here. But Evan, you said something that really made me think about how you broke down the money.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. You're talking about Steve Cohen, a multi-billionaire businessman. How could he allow this money management? Now, I hate to be like a conspiracy theorist, but all of these things that are being said that have nothing to do with baseball and personal stuff that went on in that locker room last year, when you break down the money management, could that be true?
No, I mean, look, anything could be true, so I never want to just dismiss it out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't buy it, and the reason I don't buy it is I can give you baseball reasons, even if I disagree with them, on why all of this happened. And the easy one is Pete Alonso.
Yeah.
The Mets brought him back last year. Last year would have been the easiest time to say goodbye to him.
So should they have done that instead?
What do you mean?
Just said, before, not have him come back last year.
Right.
Just say, go someplace else.
I mean,
because what would that have accomplished? You needed him. He had a good season.
Yeah, and I wanted to win in 2025. And they had a better chance of winning in 2025 because Pete was there. But I think when people try to connect all of the veterans leaving into a conspiracy theory around politics and wives and Lindor's the secret GM. It isn't actually backed up by the reality of how they handled these players over the last few years, specifically Alonso. Like, they could have said goodbye to him last year. They brought him back on a contract they were comfortable with. If Pete Alonso ran into the same problems this past offseason, they would have brought him back again. This was all about money. This was all about the way they viewed the player. I happen to disagree, but that's how they view the player. The Nimmo thing, and this is why this one's really starting to bother me. Like, the Nimmo thing is actually pissing me off, and I've never been a Brandon Nimmo truther. I appreciate Brandon Nimmo. Right. I like him, but I'm not some kind of sycophant the way I am with Jacob deGrom.
Right.
If they were so concerned about the back end of Nimmo's contract, but he's still a useful player, why wouldn't you keep him? And then worst case scenario, you buy out the last year of his contract as opposed to taking on a player who is worse. Last year, I don't want to hear about WAR. Don't tell me how great his defense is. Marcus Semien was not as good as Brandon Nimmo as an offensive player. And offense kind of matters.
Yeah.
And one I'm having a tough time with.
I can see why it's starting to get to you. Because forget the defense. Just as, from an overall player standpoint, you got worse. That trade made you worse.
Yeah.
And there isn't, you can't mitigate it right now. Like, what can you do?
And the thing about Nimmo's decline, because I admitted he was declining, was that it was more he's going to need to DH more. He's not a great defender, but man, he posts, as the kids like to say. He plays every game. He is streaky, but he's productive. That one, and I think because of my confusion, that's why good-natured people out there say, oh, it must be because of the relationship. That's it. That's the only way to explain it. Anyhow, the turning point of last night's Yankee game.
I mean,
you think it's easy?
They were losing.
Okay.
Until Jose Caballero hit a walk-off RBI double.
So you think
it's got to be Caballero?
Yeah, I think it's the drop pop-up. I got to tell you.
Dude, they were losing.
It was about to be 2 outs and nobody on. The game was over. The game was freaking over when Jazz hit that pop-up. And another thing.
I know we don't do the last play of the game because it's the last play of the game, but they were losing.
I get your point.
Until the last play of the game.
More times than not, I would agree with you, but Jazz Chisholm popped the ball up. It was going to be caught. And we should mention, Jazz didn't run hard enough.
Chisholm!
He should have been on second base. He made up for it by stealing second, so I guess apology accepted.
Chisholm!
But he could have ran.
What if I told you before guessing that the first 5 people that called all got the turning point of the game wrong?
Then I'm right. It's the drop pop-up.
Are you, though?
Let's find out.
Okay.
This is where you hit it.
Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on, popped up, playable in the infield. This will be the third baseman, Peraza. Oh, and it drops! Oh, my goodness. Neto called, Peraza called, Neto backed off, then Peraza backed off. It drops in. Jazz is at first base with the tying run.
Okay. A little inside baseball here, Evan.
Go ahead.
The turning point was not listed when I came in, so I had to text Emmanuel as I typically do if I don't have it in front of me. And my text to him was just confirming it's not here, but it's the drop pop-up, right?
Right.
He comes back, goes, of course it's the drop pop-up. Then Tiki guesses that, and the first 5 people that called are guesses Caballero. The first 5 people that called guess Caballero.
Right.
And I thought to myself, I thought this was the most obvious turning point, and now it's making me second guess that only you and I and Emmanuel were aligned on it.
Oh, so you're confused why everyone... No, I get why Tiki and everyone would assume it's the game winner.
But the game turned on the drop pop-up.
It did, but Tiki's right that they were still losing when Caballero came up. Like, he could have very easily struck out, popped up, bounced into a double play.
But they don't win without the drop pop. As you alluded to, the game, it's the turning point.
I agree with you. I think it's the drop pop-up. I mean, that was an ultimate turning point.
Clearly, the majority agree with Tiki. That's why I was like, wow.
Because it's still a game-winning hit while you're trailing in the bottom of the 9th inning. That's what it is. Like, that's still a thing. You can't just poo-poo that.
When you walk off and come from behind and win, the game didn't turn in your favor. Because think about it. What do we call turning point for? The turning point is when it turns in your favor.
It just feels like the MVP discussion.
I'm
It's
just
most
telling
valuable,
you.
most outstanding.
The game for the didn't turn in their favor till Jose Caballero drives in 2 runs, and then the pitcher now walks off the mound in defeat.
Yeah. He walked off.
He did walk
Jordan
off.
Romano was the walk-off to last night's game. We found out that the term walk-off came from Dennis Eckersley talking about the losing pitcher walking off after a loss.
Yeah, we always thought it was the other way around.
Yeah, unbelievable. Well, congratulations to the winner, and sorry to everybody who got it wrong. Was Joe Buck being kind of douchey last night to Ron Darling? We have the audio evidence that we will go through, plus we'll get back to your phone calls. Happy and relieved Yankee fans and pissed off, demoralized Met fans. 888-808-1019. And coming up in the 11 o'clock hour, I don't think it'll happen, but how could the Knicks lose this series to the Atlanta Hawks? We'll lay it out for you. It's Evan and Tiki until the Yankee pregame show at 12:55.
The team that brought you Surfside is back with something new. Meet Super Light, the new premium vodka plus aid. Super Light comes in 4 classic sport drink flavors: fruit punch, orange, lemon lime, and blue chill. Perfect for after the rec league, the golf course, or the crew that always is on the move. With just 90 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 bubbles, Super Light is here to fuel the moment. Look for Super Light variety packs and individual flavors at stores and bars near you. Must be 21 years old. Please drink responsibly.
Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama's making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project, plus take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
And this Odyssey Sports Minute is brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The New York Football Giants and star defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence reportedly at a contract impasse. Lawrence is seeking more money. I don't know why the Giants haven't already traded him, especially if they can get a first-round pick for Dexter Lawrence. The Giants have won nothing with Dexter Lawrence since he joined the team, and Lawrence is a good player, but I mean, he's trying to hold them up for more money. This should be an easy decision for the Giants. Trade Dexter Lawrence. I'm Nick Costas.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Spreadsheets, clunky software, 100 different logins just to run your business?
There's a better way. Odoo. One simple, connected platform that handles sales, inventory, accounting, and more, so you can focus on growing, not juggling. Make the switch today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com. Doug.
There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means playing in a football game.
Boom! 42! You're going down, Doug!
Oh yeah? Your price on car insurance when you customize and save is going down.
Hey!
Limu? What are you doing on their team? Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber with a special message for New York businesses looking to diversify your income. Amazon Hub Delivery is making it easy to earn extra money. When you partner with Amazon Hub Delivery, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra income and exposure for your business. There's no upfront cost, no delivery experience, and no long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Hey fans, on Sunday, April 19th, when the Yankees take on the Royals, take your family out to the ballpark for the chance to receive a very special kids giveaway. It's Hershey Park Kids Ticket Giveaway Day. The first 10,000 kids, 14 and younger in attendance, will receive a Hershey Park Kids ticket, courtesy of Hershey Park. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com/tickets. That's the Yankees and Royals on Hershey Park Kids Ticket Giveaway Day, Sunday, April 19th. Visit Yankees.com/tickets today.
Whenever water damage strikes your home or business, call on the cleanup and restoration specialists at 1-800-SERVPRO to help make it like it never even happened. That's 1-800-SERVPRO.
Franchises are independently owned and operated.
I need a little range, step to the range, come on, meet me at the
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
More pots, more plants, and more deals? It's giving Springfest at Lowe's. Save on gardening staples with Stay Green Premium 2 cubic foot mulch. 5 bags for $10. Plus, get select 1-pint annuals for $1. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
We got a matinee Yankee game later today right here on this radio station. It's a 1:35 first pitch. It's a 12:55 pregame. The Yankees and the Angels wrapping up the 4-game series. Yankees so far have won 2 of 3, so we'll see if they can win this series at home or if they have to settle for a split. You certainly have to feel good about tonight or this afternoon because you have, for now, your ace in Max Fried, who's not only off to a really good start, he goes deep into games. It's almost as if Boone and Fried remember that playoff game and all the controversy of coming out too early, and it's like, nah, we're going to extend it this time. So Max Fried on the mound. The Angels are going with what is probably going to be a bullpen game. They're starting a reliever in Brent Suter, who has started before. He's a lefty. So we'll check in on the Yankee lineup and get you set for those that are heading out to Yankee Stadium a little bit later on. And also we'll talk some basketball as we creep closer and closer to Knicks Hawks, including what would have to happen for the Knicks to actually lose this series. But last night, the Met game was on national TV. It was obviously Jackie Robinson Day. And so it was Mets-Dodgers on ESPN. And I commend what they tried to do, because this is something I've always wanted from baseball, and we're starting to see it with Peacock, and we saw it with ESPN last night, where you have a national play-by-play guy, and then you bring in an analyst from each team. And in this case, they weren't just analysts from each team. They're guys that everybody knows. Ron Darling, who, of course, does the Mets on SNY, and Oral Hershiser, who does the Dodger games on whatever network they have. And so I love the idea. And I thought it was actually a pretty good broadcast. You know, sometimes when you watch the national broadcast, they annoy you. It didn't really annoy me that much. I have great respect for Joe Buck. I don't think he's a shill the way Joe Davis is. And so I had a good time. But there was an exchange. And it was very odd. And I don't even want to offer an opinion. I want to play it. And then you tell me if there's something off about the exchange between Joe Buck and Ron Darling. All right?
Kyle Tucker, the Dodgers had a couple of needs in the offseason. They needed some maybe relief help. They went out and got the best reliever in the free agent market, and they needed some outfield help, and they got the best outfielder.
You sound
in the free
bitter.
agent market.
I'm not
bitter.
Lie. You sound bitter. 1 ball, 2 strikes is fouled into the Mets dugout.
The Mets kind of get what they want as well.
True, but they had their eyes on Tucker, didn't get him. And their closer now is in a Dodger uniform.
And they wanted Diaz to come back as well, certainly.
That was just odd.
Wow.
Like, especially when Joe Buck says you're bitter. And then, like, that was a joke, right? I thought Joe was screwing around. But Ron return fire was so quick and forceful that Darling almost got on the defense. Like, oh, no.
Right.
Yeah, I think Joe Buck went from just trying to make a fun joke to, oh, my God, Ron Darling is bitter. That's the way it came across.
So it was revealed that Ronnie is bitter?
Yeah, I think, but I think that's probably a unanimous thing within Mets circles where it's kind of like F the Dodgers. We thought we had Kyle Tucker. You took Edwin Diaz. That video Monday night, I'm sure, pissed other people off. Yeah, there's probably a large portion of people within the Mets, forget the fans, that look at the Dodgers and go, this is nonsense now.
Yeah. I think in a broadcast environment like that, Ronnie could have been a Mets shill. Like he could have said, because I think Ron is such a pro that I think he wanted to say, no. And he is such a respected national voice that I think he doesn't want to lose the shield of, hey, I call it like it is, which he does.
Yeah, he wants to keep his impartiality. And people's view of him as impartial.
Correct. And he is impartial. I think he does a great job of it. But I think in an environment like that, where you already have the Dodger guy and Oral Hershiser, Ronnie could have said, yeah, no, I am. That's Joe, I can't argue with you. And I don't blame the players.
But do you think he is? Do you think he actually is?
Ron Darling?
Yeah. Do you think he's bitter about all of it?
I don't know,
how the
man.
offseason?
He is such a professional that I don't know. Maybe he's able to separate the emotions of being a Met and being a Met broadcaster with just the neutrality that he supplies.
Yeah.
Like I think
you're right.
Keith Hernandez may be very different in this.
Piss poor hitting.
But I think Ronnie, I don't know. But it was such a weird exchange. Like he kind of got defensive on that.
Should have though.
Yeah. I'm not bitter. What are you talking about? We could do and
right. Don't lump me in with all the Mets. I'm right now an impartial arbiter or caller of a game.
But you know what? Am I bitter that they lost Kyle Tucker and Edwin Diaz to the Dodgers? I'm not bitter. I'm more.
But you never had them, so it's like I get why people say bitter, but I don't think that's the case.
Well, in the Tucker case, you're right.
Disappointed, maybe?
Yeah, in the Diaz case, I'm disappointed. And I'm more angry at the way I think the Mets handled the negotiations more than I am bitter at the LA Dodgers. Like, I don't like the Dodgers. I'll call them out for certain things, but I respect them.
Right.
I mean, they're doing everything I want the Mets to do. I think our vision of the Mets, and Yankee fans, I'm sure you had the same vision, is we want to be them. We want to develop a lot of young players, be able to trade them for stars, have the most money in the world. We're in an offseason where we win the World Series. We can go out and sign the best position player and the best closer.
Right.
Like the Yankees didn't win the World Series last year, and I don't mean to knock you guys. I'm just describing it. The Yankees did not win the World Series last year. They didn't really add anything. The Dodgers won the World Series for a second straight year, and they legitimately added the best position player and the best closer to their roster.
Right.
That's insanity.
That's let's continue to bludgeon people and continue to win and create a dynasty.
Yeah.
We can afford it, and we're going to afford it.
And it's everything we want to be.
Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy. Why wouldn't they just trade for Ryan McMahon, spend the money that way?
Hey, there you go. There's your bitterness, man.
I think we're pretty good.
But think about Kyle Tucker and Edwin Diaz.
They
could have been yours.
Now I'm forgetting why.
Why what?
They traded for Ryan McMahon.
Because they needed a third. Because Oswald Peraza wasn't good, even though now he's good.
Yeah. Because Brian Cashman left the cupboard
wasn't
barren.
Wasn't he hurt?
No, Cabrera was hurt, but he was even supposed to be like a 10th man to begin with. Brian Cashman left the cupboard so barren at third base and set his own bar so low that by trading for Ryan McMahon, he was viewed as a hero because it couldn't be worse.
So I'm forgetting who was playing third base regularly.
DJ LeMahieu was at second, and Jazz Chisholm was at third base.
And so then they moved them to second.
They moved Jazz back. They basically said, we got to get rid of DJ. And Peraza played a lot of third base, as well as Oswaldo Cabrera till he got hurt. And by the way, Oswaldo Cabrera is in AAA right now, hitting 150. I'm just giving you an update.
Yeah. So wouldn't Peraza be better?
Do you remember Oswald Peraza?
Bad.
Okay, Ryan McMahon is lighting the world on fire.
In fairness, and don't make Dan do this, Tiki Barber and Sean Morash called for the Yankees to acquire Ryan McMahon for well over a year.
Yeah, but not last year. Not last year.
Not last
We
year?
would have been wrong the year before. Last year it was, at this point, go get Suarez and stop worrying about the defense.
You wanted a better option at third base.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, my point is, would not the options that they had, even as bad as they were, be better than what Ryan McMahon is doing at the plate?
Yeah, but I don't think they expected Ryan McMahon to be that bad. You know what the Yankees could have done if they were the Dodgers?
It didn't matter. It's a cost-benefit analysis. You look at how much he's making versus where you know he's trending towards. Like, when you re-look at it, it doesn't make any sense. And now I'm trying to remember why we thought it made sense.
Because we thought he was a productive, useful player who would be a major upgrade over what they had.
And it was sold as, was he declining because Colorado was so bad and he just needed a change of scenery to kind of rejuvenate his career? Turns out, no. Turns out he just stinks.
And the money,
when you suck, you suck.
When you suck, you suck. It's a very true point. Look, the power move, and I'm not saying you guys would be thrilled with it, but the power Dodger-like move to fill third base this year would have been to sign Bo Bichette and move him to third base. like the Mets are doing.
Yeah, not for $42 million.
Well, it's better at $42 million because then even in the worst case scenario,
it'll be 45 now.
No, it won't be because he has to opt out for that to happen. Is he opting out if he's hitting 237?
Yeah, he's going to be like, get me the hell out of here.
Oh, you think he's going to opt out off a bad year? Good luck if he does that. That's the weird thing about the Bo Bichette contract.
Yeah.
If he has a bad year, he'll stay. If he has a great year, he's gone. And even if he stays, it's only a 3-year contract, potentially a 2-year contract.
Yeah, 2 more years.
2 more years after this.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this right now, if he hits 227, he's not opted out. I don't care if he hates New York City. He'll just look at that money in the bank and say, yeah, I'm going to stick with that.
A good agent could sell it well.
To opt out or to opt in?
The reason why he had a bad season, and he's also opting out.
Oh, I don't know, man. I'll tell you this. If he doesn't have a productive year, I'd be surprised by that.
Yeah, he'd be like, do you know David Stearns?
What does that mean?
You see the team he built? You see the locker room that I had to play in?
Oh, you think, and that would still get him $35 million a year?
I mean, it's just one bad year.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think, I still disagree with you. I think he'd be,
okay, who else is on the free agent market?
Next season?
Yes.
I forgot already.
Jazz.
Oh, yeah, Jazz.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's also coming off a work stoppage,
You spent the entire last offseason telling us how this upcoming offseason is going to be barren.
It's going to be barren, yes. I stand by
which
that.
is why Bo Bichette was so necessary and Kyle Tucker this offseason.
I agree. I'm just saying, if you have a bad season, even in a barren offseason, it's a tough sell. Maybe you're right. Maybe the agent can do it.
My point is, you sell it by saying this team was a disaster.
Yeah.
And the consequence was me having a bad year.
But then you need a desperate owner, Steve Cohen, and a team president that loves his short-term deals to give you a lot of money, and the Mets won't be the ones doing it because you just opted out and left.
That's all right. You got $5 million to do it.
What? Oh, yeah, he gets extra money for opting out. That's true. Chris in Lindenhurst. Hey, Chris.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good, man.
I want to take a second to thank all three of you individually, if I can. Tiki, thank you for every day. I watch you guys on YouTube, and you're always coming with positivity and a smile. It could be raining flaming hail outside, and you'll still find a way to be positive about it.
Hey, I got here.
Sean, talking to you on Twitter and with all the conversations that we have is always a blessing, and thankfully you haven't spilled anything on the board yet, and see you running around on Twitter with like a chicken with no head is fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
To my boy Evan, last night, Met fans have to really appreciate having Evan as a Met fan. 2 a.m., I'm up, and I text the boy, and I say, listen, I'm going to watch the Rico, and I'm a Yankee fan, but I watch it because you feel like it could always be worse on the other side of the fence. And I hate saying it, but there's never as good of a show or radio as when Evan is in a pissy mood. It's just the great. And I hate, as a friend of his, I hate saying it.
Yeah, I'm glad that my pissiness makes you happy. And I've got good news for you. If you look at the Mets and you look at the other two loser teams I root for, not including the Islanders, but even their collapse, when am I ever going to be in a good mood? Like, I don't see a good mood coming anytime soon.
The Jets are coming.
As a friend of Evan's, I hate that it has to be this way, but 2 a.m., he's sitting in front of his camera, he's got his jammies on, he's got the iPad, which is attached to him like a third arm, and his hair is flat from obviously screaming into a pillow watching the Mets game. Thank you for this.
All right, well, you're welcome. I don't want to hear this anymore.
Nice.
Basically, thank you for being a miserable, disgusting human who's doing a Rico at 2 a.m. You're welcome. Look, if it brings joy to you and other Yankee fans, because I guarantee, because I was very surprised how many people were there at 2 a.m. on YouTube Live.
How many?
It was over 1,000, which
Really?
I was at 2 a.m. And it's got to be
some Met fans off of the East Coast.
Well, yeah, possibly not living here. That's true.
Displaced New Yorkers.
That is true.
Who are Met fans, and to them it's 11
Right.
or midnight,
Or
depending
if-
on where you are.
Or if they're like you and you're in Italy in a couple of days,
Yeah.
it's like 7 in the
No,
morning.
France,
whatever it is. But the Yankee fan I know, they're also there because they like to drink tears. That's what they do. And I like to do it too.
What Yankee fan is staying up till
That guy, Chris, is a Yankee fan. He just said
That's
it.
because he likes you.
Yeah, that seems more personal.
Right.
You think it was personal? I bet you half the audience was Yankee fans saying, you know what, I like joy.
Yankee fans went to bed.
Now, some Yankee fans stay up at all
I listen
hours.
to the Rico because I like you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
And I like your opinions.
I appreciate it. Let's go to Jeff in the Bronx. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Evan. Hey, Tiki.
What's up?
Tiki. Hey, Sean. How you guys doing this morning?
All's well, man.
Good, man. What's up?
Hey, a couple quick points about the current roster, and then a Steve Cohen point, if you let me. With the current roster, it's time the Mets move on from Beatty and Vientos. Vientos hasn't had a hit in 2 weeks, and Beatty is just, he is what he is. He's a part-time player. He'll look okay for a couple of games, and then he'll just regress and be the guy that he is right now. And I just think this roster is being hamstrung with the fact that we have to kind of play these guys on hope and prayer.
No, but wait,
one day put it together.
Jeff, I think at times you've been right about that. But what I would ask you right now with the current state of the roster is, if you say I'm not playing Brett Beatty anymore, who are you playing? MJ Melendez?
I would send Beatty down to Syracuse. He still has an option remaining.
He does, yes.
I'd release Vientos, because let's be honest, Vientos is out of options, and if he keeps doing this, you're going to have to release him in June anyway.
Right.
When you need to, when people get healthy, you need to call up reinforcements.
Who are you playing?
I'd call up Nick Mortabito.
Okay.
I'd call up Ryan Clifford. I'd call up AJ Ewing, and I would just play these guys.
You're just going youth movement.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. And the problem with
can it be worse? I mean, I'm being honest.
They're 0 for their last 27, so no, it can't be
exactly.
worse.
That's my point. And so you also, Ronnie Mauricio is down there as well, but who knows whether he's ready or not. It's hard to make a determination on him.
You just hit on something. You just hit on something very, very important, because there's two ways you can look at it. Our last caller says, screw it, I'm sick of looking at these guys, call up the kids. And then you very nicely said, I don't know if Ronnie Mauricio is ready. A.J. Ewing is in AA. Is he ready?
No.
Ryan Clifford is not hitting right now in AAA.
So if you're going to go youth,
he ready?
If you're going to go youth movement, then Ronnie Mauricio leads the bunch.
Yeah.
He comes up first, and then everybody follows suit.
But I think what you want to do, and this goes with a lot of decisions that you have to make, they have to be in the best interest of maximizing the performance from the player, as opposed to we as fans being sick of seeing the same people. So what I mean by that is, I'm going to use Juan Soto as an example. We are sick of not having Juan Soto in the lineup. They miss him desperately. Don't rush him back. And I have a fear that the Mets would, because they're desperate.
Because they need a savior.
They need a savior. And so now Juan Soto off a calf issue, not exactly the injury you want to rush back from. Juan Soto comes back maybe 3 or 4 days too early, and he re-injures it. That is a rush job. Calling someone up from the minor leagues, whether it's Ryan Clifford or A.J. Ewing, it could be a rush job unless you think they're ready. Look, it took Met fans 2 weeks to say, Carson Bench isn't ready, send them down. What do you think Ryan Clifford's going to do up here? You think he's just going to tear it up?
It's going to be the same.
So then, is that fair to the young player? Is that fair to maximizing what that young player is going to be? That's why when someone calls up and says, I'm sick of Vientos and Beatty, the problem you're going to run into is, who are you playing instead? They don't have a lot of great options.
Right. They don't. And so you either got to stick with what you have, or desperately say, at least we're getting our young players Major League Baseball experience.
Yeah, I think they'll do that eventually once those young players are ready. What's interesting about AA, because I brought this up with George Lombard Jr., who's a guy that Yankee fans are thinking about. Lombard Jr. is tearing up AA. And I made the point, why can't he skip AAA? I think AA town is close enough to the majors where we've seen guys do it. A.J. Ewing would be the similar guy. He's maybe not as ballyhooed as George Lombard Jr., but he is similar.
Right.
He's playing second base. He's playing center field. He's off to a massive start at AA. Would the Mets, like the Yankees, or either of them, consider jumping that kid from AA to the major leagues? If not, then we have a long wait, because those guys got to get to AAA, perform, and then they'll come up here.
Would a Mets trade make you feel better?
Would a Mets trade? Are we getting Mike Trout? Did it finally happen?
The Mets have made a trade.
Are you going to break the glass?
No, because I'll get killed for breaking
glass. It's not glass breakable.
In division.
An in-division trade featuring the New York Mets.
All right.
Who did we dump?
Lovelady.
Oh, no.
Lovelady's been traded to the Washington Nationals for cash.
Well, we need cash.
You got some cash.
We got some cash. That's great. You know why that sucks? Dickie Lovelady has been on this emotional train with us where they DFA him, he comes back, DFA him, he comes back. He's like the girlfriend where you'd break up, then you'd sleep together, then you'd break up, and you're back together. I think we've all had that. Sean hasn't. He's been with the same woman since he's like 12. But we've all had that. It's a toxic relationship. It's not good, by the way. I mean, sometimes it's good, but it's not good.
No, it's good, and then it's not.
Right. That's been our love affair with Dickie. I mean, Dickie's been up and down 7 times, in and out 17 different times. And now that he's been traded, there's no more in and out. He's a national. I doubt. I mean, unless they DFA him in a week, which I guess is possible.
Which could happen.
Yeah, I guess it's still possible.
Just an experienced arm to abuse.
But right now, our on-off relationship is sleeping with somebody else. So we have to wait for them to no longer want to hook up, and then we can bring them back, by June 1st.
Tribute video?
I mean, it is. They come back in a week and a half. Mets Nationals. What would the tribute video be? Him getting DFA'd and coming back?
All the buses he took.
Wow.
Paul's in Astoria. What's going on, Paul?
Hey there, Evan, Tiki, Sean. Thank you so much for taking my call. Really love the show.
What's up?
Tiki, you mentioned earlier, very briefly, Met fans sort of diving into the conspiracy theory stuff around Cohen, so I wanted to just stake my claim on one publicly.
Go ahead.
I firmly believe that Steve Cohen will sell the Mets in the early 2030s, and I just want to back that up real quick. So, really quick, the team itself, the valuation of the team has increased 6% year over year since he bought it.
Right.
For anybody that invests, pretty good investment, right?
Of course.
So by the time that the 2030s roll around, that will begin to sort of outpace a lot of his losses. On top of that, prices have begun to increase, which is also starting to eat into the losses. The big thing, though, is the structure of the big-name contracts. Talking about Soto, talking about Lindor. Soto's opt-out, I think, is 2029.
Mm-hmm.
And by that time, $51 million, and the way that things are scaling up, that's going to be a steal. There's no way he's going to opt in to $51 million a year.
Right.
He's off the books. They're not going to offer him anything competitive. He's going to be gone. Lindor's out by 2032. That's another $32-ish million, not counting the $5 million that they'll have to pay him in perpetuity afterward. But I'm thinking that the books are going to get cleared out by the 20.
You mean Soto? That last one you meant Soto.
Well, I think Lindor has a $5 million deferred for like a decade after, but I may be wrong on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of deferrals.
Right. But anyways, keep going.
Yeah, so in my opinion, I think what's going to happen is right around when the casino's opening up, the books are going to clear, which is going to clear out a lot of what's been causing a lot of the Mets market loss, which will make the team close to a revenue-generating team, which will make it a pretty good investment opportunity for what seems to be the unfortunate trend, which is in sports writ large, which is hedge funds and things like that, venture capital firms coming in and purchasing. And I think with his connections there,
I mean, Paul, you know this because you're familiar with it. It's who can buy a $8-7 whatever billion team? What individual can do that? Now there are individuals,
not many.
Right, like we talked about with the Giants and the whole situation with the whatever the Tisches did with their share, put it in a trust. Right, Julia Koch could buy the Giants. She's worth a multiple billions. Most people aren't like that.
Yeah.
And they don't want to do that. But hedge funds and private equities, they can. So he's right. A lot of these sports teams are going to be conglomerates.
So I wrote this down. We do long-term predictions here at Evan and Tiki. Mm-hmm. That is in April 16th, 2026, 11:20 a.m. At some point in the early 2030s, Steve Cohen will sell the New York Mets. I have that written down.
Yeah.
So the day this happens, if it happens, we will play the clip and give that man his proper due.
Paul.
I didn't write the Paul part down, but we'll have his call. We'll have his entire call, and if we're still here, we will play it for you. My reaction to that is twofold. Number one,
do you think he's right?
I get it from a business standpoint. I've also seen it happen to my team, what he just described. That's very similar to what happened with Mikhail Prokhorov and the New Jersey and then Brooklyn Nets.
Right.
Mikhail Prokhorov bought the Nets. He pushed through the move to Brooklyn. Arena gets built, made big promises, including a championship within 5 years. Same promise. He was the billionaire owner who could change everything. And then he sold the team. And it was a brilliant business move by him. And as a Net fan, I could look back at it and say, you know what? He didn't give me what I wanted. But the move to Brooklyn, unless you're an idiot or a hater, was obviously an incredible success for the Nets.
Of course.
So from that standpoint, he did a good job.
They fill the arena. People are very engaged, even though the team hasn't been good.
Right. I mean, just from a business standpoint, look at the valuation of the Nets. I think they're the 8th most valuable team in the NBA. What were they when Prokhorov bought the team? So the Brooklyn Nets, not on the court and certainly not with popular opinion, has been a raging success. And Prokhorov took his money and he left. And he went back to Russia. I have no idea where he is now. I get how you could look at Cohen as a brilliant business guy and say that's what he's going to do. The reason I don't think he's right is not even because I trust Steve Cohen, because I don't even know him very well.
Yeah.
I believe that his wife and their kids, they're going to want this franchise forever. I believe his wife is a true Met fan. Her father was a Met fan, is a Met fan. I think it's a family thing now where even if Steve as the businessman said, you know what, I'm going to sell the team, I think Alex Cohen says, no, you're not.
Okay.
That's my kind of answer to that.
Right.
So it's not about Steve because I think he's right about the business standpoint of it. I think Alex Cohen's being like, we're not selling that team.
Just so you know, that's what Mike Francesa said to me about the Wilpons.
No, that's a family thing? Oh, it's the exact same thing. I agree with you.
I know you got your sources, but you're wrong.
What?
Wilpons told me my kids are going to own this team.
I want to make something clear.
All right, I'm not disputing you. I'm just telling you this is what I heard.
I have no sources. And I wouldn't trust the Wilpons as far as I could throw. And honestly, again, I don't know Steve Cohen. I don't trust him either. I'm just saying my outside perspective is that Alex Cohen feels like somebody they're not going to just make it a business deal. But here's the beautiful thing. I wrote it down.
Yeah.
Now, are you, based on your smile at me, you are co-signing Paul's conspiracy?
I'm saying it makes a lot of business sense.
No, I agree it makes a lot of business sense.
At the end of the day, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Well, I agree it makes business sense. I'm saying it's not going to happen. Go on record.
He's a businessman.
So he's going to sell the team.
Of course he's going to sell the team.
Okay, that's all. That's all I was asking.
Why would he not?
Because maybe it's like the toy you don't want to give up.
Okay.
Let me give you an idea. I'll give you an example.
Sometimes I think fans have this utopian view of what is really just a business.
No, I don't. I thought John Mara was going to sell the team. Remember I gave you that prediction? The Maras and the Tisches were going to sell the Giants, or the Steinbrenners were going to sell the Yankees? Those are family businesses. But I just
but the Giants and the Maras, they started the team.
I agree.
They were at the beginning.
I know.
100 years ago.
And Steinbrenner is at least his father, 1973.
You can track back 3 generations to the founder of essentially the founder of the Giants. Steve Cohen goes back 5 years, 6 years.
No, I understand that.
So why is this a family business?
That's actually more of a reason why I don't think they would sell it, because at least many generations of Maris touched it. In the Cohen case, it's only Steve and Alex. Like, wouldn't you give it to a few more Cohens before they get sold?
Yeah, it's harder to run businesses now, dude.
No, I get you.
I'm just telling you. Especially sports franchises that aren't guaranteed to make money. The difference with and this is any NFL team, you are almost guaranteed to be successful.
Right.
It is hard to fail in the NFL.
Right.
Major League Baseball, a lot of these teams, and this is what Paul was alluding to, are in the red. The Mets are in the red.
Yeah.
Right? The Dodgers, they don't care because they're raking it when they win World Series. But operationally, in season, they're probably in the red. The Yankees are probably in the red. We think that all these teams, because they have a billionaire valuations, that they're making money year over year. They're not. That's the problem with Major League Baseball. And we've talked about this multiple times. It's not worth getting into, but we're going to make money with these regional networks. No, you're not.
Yeah, it's collapsing.
They all are going to fail.
Yeah.
And so until they collectively bargain their national television rights, you're not going to get a $100 billion contract like the NFL
What
did.
is the cutoff on this long-term bet prediction? Because you clearly
2031.
2031? Okay, let me write that down. 2030. So that's 5 years.
That's 5 years.
From this date, you want to go April 16th, 2031?
Yeah, let's push it 2032.
Okay.
He said early 30s. That's only 1 year.
All right, so 2032.
Yeah.
So I have 2 things written down, assuming I'm here, that I have to debate people on in the early 2030s. I've got me and you on Cohen selling.
Yeah, in about 6-7 years.
6-7. Do you know the other debate I have written down for 2030?
2030.
Yeah, let's see if you remember this one.
Who has a better career, Jalen Brunson or Cade Cunningham?
Bang!
Ah, nice.
There's a third one. It just remembered it.
What's that?
It involves you guys.
The Giants?
It does. It involves Jackson Dart's career versus Dak Prescott's career. And we picked also 5 years.
Why do I not remember that?
I don't remember that at all.
You may have been off that day. That was a Sean thing. Here's why. I'll tell you the context. Yeah, I'll tell you the context. We could set it up again if you want. I said to you guys, would you sign for Jackson Dart's career to mirror Dak Prescott?
Oh, I do remember this actually. And so it was without the championship though.
Right.
But have your quarterback be one of the best quarterbacks in football.
Yes. And then we turned it into who will be the better player when we have more of a sample size of their career. Just like me and Tommy have to debate Cade Cunningham and Jalen Brunson in 2030.
Because right now in this moment, if we were re-asking that question, I would take Jackson Dart having the ceiling of Dak Prescott. because at least you have a chance every year.
I agree.
It's like,
and that was my point to you guys.
Give me the Cowboys problems.
Yes.
Make the postseason every year, and you suck when it matters.
And what's funny about that is it's what I say to Yankee fans. Right now, the Yankee fan says, yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're going to win 90 games. Yeah, we're going to be in the playoffs. Are we good enough in October? And we as Met fans want to be that. Like I've always said this to you guys as Yankee fans, even though some Met fans will never admit it.
Right.
We want to be you. Like, honestly, I want to get to that first world problem where, yeah, we suck in the first 2 weeks of October, but we're always there. Because ask a Met fan right now, are they playing October baseball this year? Hey, Tommy, should we make plans in October?
Right.
I think you can go to Salem, Massachusetts this year.
Let's go Yankees.
We'll get back to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. And how could the Knicks possibly lose this series to Atlanta, and more proof that they're being disrespected by everybody? Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Window-Rama is making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project, plus take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Window-Rama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit windowrama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
This portion of the program is sponsored by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. It's also sponsored by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
The Yankees play the Angels in a matinee, 1:35 today.
Going, and go!
Susan Waldman and Dave Sims call all the play-by-play. The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan, 101.9 FM, 660 AM, and always live and available in Espanol with Ricky Ricardo on the free Odyssey app.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source.
Texting and driving? Big risk, big consequences. You risk traffic tickets, fines, and if you crash and injure someone, you could even go to prison. Pay attention or pay the price. Brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. Ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. After years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. With Red Pocket Mobile, you lock in your rate and you keep it. No price creep, no sudden jumps, just straightforward pricing and premium 5G plans starting at $10 a month. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Calling all hoops fans, get off the bench and onto the court for another exciting basketball season with BetMGM, an authorized gaming partner of the NBA. From same-game parlays to live bets, you can call your shot during any play. Rooting for your favorite players? You'll find all sorts of markets for betting on any star's performance on any given night. Don't miss a single highlight or buzzer-beating shot by getting all your picks in with BetMGM. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today and make your bets. BetMGM, make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
If we're being honest, guys in this town, pretty confident. And hey, that's not a bad thing. But are you willing to put it to the test? California Cryobank is looking for healthy men to become sperm donors. You can earn up to $2,400 a month, plus get free health and genetic screenings. And more importantly, you're helping families who can't do this on their own. So if you really think you've got it, and you know who you are, put it to good use. Apply now and see if you qualify. Check out spermbank.com to learn more.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Another app for inventory, one for CRM. Oh, don't forget accounting. Wait, which login was that?
Or you could use Odoo, one fully integrated system that does it all without the hassle. Ditch the app overload. Get everything your business needs on one platform. Try Odoo free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Breaking news for your home. Way Day. Wayfair's big sale is almost here, and you can score the best deals in home. Like up to 80% off everything home. Yes, you heard that right. 80% off with free shipping on everything. Plus surprise flash deals all Way Day long. We're talking outdoor furniture and essentials, rugs, and more. All at Wayfair. And all up to 80% off during Way Day. Shop Wayfair's Way Day from April 25th through 27th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Tune in for the Yankees' first pitch presented by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees.
Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey. The most important meal of the day just got better at Dunkin'. Now you can get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. 6 crispy golden hash browns, a warm, delicious bacon, egg, and cheese, and a medium coffee to start your day off right. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way or order Dunkin's $6 meal deal. No substitutions, participation times may vary. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers, exclusions and terms apply.
Step up your game in a Mercedes-Benz from Ray Catena. When it comes to performance, luxury, and selection, count on the power of 3. Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Ray Catena of Freehold, and Mercedes-Benz of Union. 3 powerhouse locations delivering what matters most. First-class customer service and an experience that's always a win. Their expert team is ready to help you find the perfect Mercedes-Benz, whether it's a gas, hybrid, or all-electric. Make your move to the triple luxury Mercedes-Benz dealerships. Visit RayCatenaMercedes.com.
Who sells Continental tires for less than Town Fair Tire? Nobody. Who has a better selection of Continental tires than Town Fair Tire? Nobody. And who gives you more free services for the life of those Continental tires? Nobody. Town Fair Tire has over 100 locations and over 600,000 tires in stock, all at the guaranteed lowest price. And that's why we say nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Thursday, April 23rd, round 1. Big Blue and Gang Green will be on the clock with futures at stake. New York heads down to Atlanta to take the court for a pivotal Game 3. A huge night in New York sports, and the FAN crew is getting together to party.
Hey, baby, let's go out there like a bunch of crazy dogs and have some fun.
Boomer, Gio, Jerry, Evan, Tiki, and Morash, Carton, and McMonigal all crash the Fans rooftop here in Manhattan. And you can check them out streaming live on WFAN's YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram. From the Penthouse at 345 Hudson Square Properties. Sponsored in part by Sloman's. Save on AC today. And your home for everything New York sports. WFAN.
All right, this Fan Focus, it's sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. How about last night in the NBA's play-in tournament? The Warriors trailed by 13 points in the fourth quarter, but Steph Curry was vintage Steph Curry, scoring 27 of his 35 points in the second half, including a tie-breaking 3 with 50 seconds left as the Warriors eliminated the Clippers 126-121. As a result, the Thunder get another pick inside the lottery. Isn't that awesome? The Warriors will play the Suns Friday night for the the 8 seed. The 76ers, meanwhile, clinched the 7 seed by beating a Magic team that, frankly, just looks ready to go home, 109-97. The 76ers will play a first-round series with the Celtics that begins on Sunday. This Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
I'm rooting, if my team doesn't win, I'm rooting for the Thunder to win the lottery because I think it would be smart for them to just continue to kick the can down the road. So go to a team that didn't win the lottery, maybe a team like mine, the Nets, and say, hey, give us a boatload of future picks. So you kick the can down the road. Where
so when they get bad?
Yeah.
Right.
You're always loaded with picks. Like you turn it into more. So we'll see. It was a fun night of basketball last night. The Sixers advanced, so it's going to be Philly-Boston, which ensures that if the Knicks advance, we've got a road trip in the second round. That's what that ensures.
All right.
Philly and Boston are, easy trips. A couple of quick thoughts. We'll go more detailed tomorrow as the Knicks get set for the Hawks. I was racking my brain last night, and I was thinking to myself, all right, we're all going to pick the Knicks, right? It's going to be boring around here. The Knicks in 5, the Knicks in 6. And you'll get those predictions tomorrow from everybody, and it's going to be universal. So I started thinking to myself, all right, barring something stupid like a big injury, what would have to happen for the Knicks to lose this series or for this to become a dangerous series? And so I started looking into what the Hawks have accomplished really in the second half of the year, because the truth is they have been a really good team since, let's say, early January. They have. And one of the things they do incredibly well because they're long defenders, they switch, they force turnovers, they can beat you in the fast break, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of what did the Knicks in last year in the Eastern Conference Finals against Indiana. And I told you I was being a geek all year. I was keeping these geeky stats about the Knicks, their record when they outshoot you, their record when they get to the line more. And one number that jumped out at me is their record when they lose the turnover battle. And this sounds like football, but it matters in the NBA. Last year in the conference finals against Indy, they turned the ball over 18 more times than the Indiana Pacers. This year, they did a really good job of not losing the turnover battle, but when they did during the regular season, they were 9-17. This is an Atlanta team that not only forced the 5th most turnovers in the NBA this year, but again, if you just look at the metrics over the last 2 months, they've been elite. And so I'm not telling you that's going to happen. I'm telling you, if this thing goes sideways, that's how it will happen.
I mean, it makes sense. If you limit your scoring opportunities and you give the other team extra scoring opportunities, then you're going to lose. It just math doesn't work in your favor that way. But I think it would take a lot of dysfunction for that to be the case at this stage for a team that's been as successful as the Knicks have been, and with a ball handler primarily in Jalen Brunson. I don't see that being the issue. Now, if you're forcing it into Cat and he has turnover issues because he just hasn't been used to it, then that's one thing. But yes, that is the reason they would lose, but I don't see it happening.
Oh, yeah. I don't see any of this happening.
No.
You're
just pointing out why it might.
Well, I don't think we should go into this series, and I feel like we're all going to as, Knicks are going to kill them. Like, they have played really good basketball for a few months.
Yeah, but they're not good enough to say Knicks are going to kill them. If this was like OKC versus Atlanta, and it obviously won't work because it's the other side, but you know what? You would say OKC's going to kill them.
Right.
You can't say that about the Knicks.
I agree. I think, because I'm going back and forth on, all right, how's this series going to play out? Because I think I even said yesterday, the Knicks are going to kill them. I even threw that out there. And now I'm like, well, let me give this more thought. Now, are they really going to kill them? I mean, we do need to give Atlanta credit. They had a stretch where they won 18 out of 20.
Okay.
They've been an elite-level defensive team. They have versatile wing defenders all over the place. Like, they are a talented basketball team.
It feels like a series that the Knicks are going to win, but every game's going to be a struggle.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, you know,
where they win in 5, but every game is a battle.
Right. It's like when the Knicks played the Nets the last time.
Why would you do that?
I'm just saying.
I mean, that's not even a real NBA team you just
It doesn't matter.
Nobody roots for the Nets.
It's not even
what
about
I'm saying,
the
bro?
Nets. It's about how they played a team they should have been
You could have picked like 29 other opponents, but okay.
Okay,
28 of them.
Memphis.
Thank you.
Was that one cool?
No, you blew them out.
Yeah, so that one doesn't count.
I'm sorry.
The Nets was the first one that came to mind where they
Slag nut Nets.
They should have won it comfortably.
Okay.
And it came down to it. I feel like that's going to be the Knicks all postseason.
Well, it's if they get into a slog with Atlanta because of everything we just laid out, the advantage that they have is as good as Jalen Johnson is becoming. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who has playoff experience. C.J. McCollum, who's like the old man out there who's hit many big shots. At the end of the day, you trust Jalen Brunson versus any one of those guys in the biggest spot to make the biggest shot.
Absolutely.
But the other thing I noticed is that the Knicks continue to be disrespected by Vegas. So we now have almost all the playoff matchups set. We're obviously waiting on the 8 seeds, and we know the 8 seed, 1 seed matchup. Obviously, it's going to be a big favorite, non-favorite. Maybe Detroit, Charlotte's a little bit closer than we think, but even that one, the Pistons are going to be huge favorites. The Thunder will be huge favorites over even Golden State or Phoenix. It doesn't matter. But all the other matchups are set. Does it surprise you if I told you that the Knicks are the smallest favorite of any of the first-round matchups? Or do you think I'm lying to you?
Wouldn't surprise me because I think that you're getting a bunch of Hawks hotness the last second half of the year.
Yeah, well, we are. Because, just to give you a comparison, if you're not into the gambling, and I'm not into the gambling, I'm just looking at the way these series are being measured. The New York Knicks are minus 275 against Atlanta. The Boston Celtics against Philly. What's a guess? Sean, you're better with the numbers on this because I don't think you gamble very much, Tiki.
No.
So watch him do it, and I'll give you another one.
What did you say? Sorry, what did you say the Knicks series was?
The Knicks are minus 275. What are the Boston Celtics against Philadelphia?
That could be minus 380.
Minus 900.
Whoa.
Holy
That
crap.
is-
They're that. Now, I know they should
I'm not
blow
making
them
this
out.
up. They're four
900?
times. They're four times the amount favorite than the Knicks.
I guess there's no Embiid. I should have thought, but still, that's even drastic.
You think?
900.
I'll give you another one. All right, let's go to Toronto, Cleveland, right? That's a 4-5 matchup.
Yeah.
Again, the Knicks are minus 275. What are the Cavs as a favorite?
380.
No.
I'm going into 600s now.
Minus 555. Again, almost double the amount the Knicks are.
Is that because of Atlanta or is that because of disrespect for the Knicks? I think it might be because of Atlanta.
Yeah, no, and I think it's disrespect for Toronto is what I thought you were going to say. I think that there's a lot of questions about, the Raptors are a decent young team, but...
Yeah. But locally, when we think about the Raptors, it's like, no problem.
Well, I think we all Knicks fans preferred the Raptors over Atlanta.
Because they haven't beat you in 13 attempts.
That's a part of it. The Houston Rockets against the LA Lakers. That one's tough because of the Luka injury. The Houston Rockets are minus 600.
Really?
So far, yeah. so far... Not one of these first-round matchups are even remotely close to the Knicks series. I'll give you this one. It's at least remotely close. Denver as a 3 seed against Minnesota as the 6 seed. The Knicks are minus 275. Denver is minus 350. So the Knicks, according to Vegas, are the least likeliest of the favorites to advance out of the first round. And again, like I mentioned the other day with the players poll, I find it fascinating how they get disrespected.
Jeez, I tell you, after the NBA regular season, that basically was a bore. That is rough on those odds on all those series.
Oh, because they're all like such heavy favorites?
Yeah.
Well, if it holds true, the first round is going to be boring.
Well, what the odds tell me...
That's what it sounds like.
It tells you that there's going to be no upsets.
Yes.
That's what the odds tell you.
But forget upsets. Those drastic odds tell me we're talking about a bunch of 5-game series.
Yeah, based on those odds.
5 or 4. That's crazy.
Yeah, 4 or 5 sweeps or gentlemen's. So it's just that's not good. It's okay, I think, because the second round will be much better.
It's kind of like the NCAA tournament when we talk about crazy upsets.
Right.
You want to see Cleveland against Detroit. Like, that's going to be also the Knicks against the Celtics. Like, do we really want, if you're taking fandom out of it for a second, like, if you're just a basketball fan, you want to see Atlanta-Boston? No. You're like, no, I want to see Knicks-Celtics.
Right. But while we're going to be locked in, right, we're a Knicks town and we work here and we're, like, engulfed in sports. From a casual NBA, like, you want to gain momentum in that first round.
You know what's crazy? So I give you all these numbers, and Tiki and Sean's biggest takeaway is not that the Knicks are being disrespected, it's that the first round of the NBA playoffs sucks.
Yeah, it could be terrible.
Terrible. But I think it could affect ratings on better series in round 2, I'm telling you.
I'm trying to be fair and say, okay,
let's not forget the draft is happening.
Well, that's just one of the games, though.
I
or
understand
2 of the games,
that,
actually, because you got Friday and Saturday.
But what's going to dominate next week's conversation?
Oh, the NFL draft.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think the NBA playoffs, unfortunately, will not build, like you guys said, until we get to the second round.
Okay, but that's my point.
Yeah,
so the NFL draft is happening. The first round seemingly is not competitive.
Yeah.
Who the hell is paying attention?
No, basketball fans, diehard basketball fans. No, I got you. I'm trying to figure out, like, as an IBO, which has the biggest chance of being an upset? Because I don't think it's Knicks-Hawks. Like, I laid out some of the concerns in the series, but I think the Knicks are going to win the series. So I think the one that I probably would lean more towards as an upset is Minnesota-Denver. And I love the Nuggets. I think I picked them to go to the NBA Finals.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the T-Wolves have done it. Look at the runs they've been on over the last couple of years.
It's funny. The T-Wolves are a team that you just haven't paid attention to at all.
Yeah.
In fact, we were talking before the show started. I couldn't even remember what seed they were.
Yeah. Well, they're a 6 seed.
Right.
Against the Nuggets.
Obviously, if they're playing the Nuggets.
And then the other one, and look, I may look like an idiot real soon about this, where I'm not gutsy enough to pick an upset, but I think I'd place a bet just because I think it can get more interesting than people think, is Charlotte-Detroit. If the Hornets can take care of business against the Magic, which they still have to do, they still have to beat them. There's no guarantee.
Right.
The Hornets could be in the lottery, but I think they're very dangerous. But they got to get in. And what I would do...
The certainties feel like the Celtics over the 76ers, right?
The biggest certainty? The biggest certainty is the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Well, obviously, yeah, but...
The biggest certainty would be besides San Antonio, but they don't have a lot... definitely San Antonio. The Trailblazers can't compete with them.
Right.
I mean, I like Advia. He's been a great story, but what are we doing here? So I think it would probably be the top 2 teams in the West. And then I would say the Knicks, even over Cleveland. I don't trust Cleveland. Like, all you guys are just, Cleveland.
You think the Knicks are the 3rd biggest favorite?
In my estimation.
You think the Celtics are going to struggle with the 76ers?
No. I didn't say the Celtics. I didn't say that.
So how are the 2 Western and the Knicks 3rd? The Celtics feel like a certainty.
I think a part of it is a little bit of respect for some of the talent on the Sixers roster. We've seen Tyrese Maxey have a great year. We remember his big moments against the Knicks a couple years ago. Joel Embiid is like this huge X factor.
I mean, he didn't even play yesterday.
No, I know, and you have to assume he's not going to play.
Right.
So I'm almost factoring him out of it, but Paul George has a lot of playoff experience. And who knows about Boston? Maybe they lay an egg here and there. I don't think they're going to lose, but if you're asking me to power rank in terms of where I'd be most stunned, OKC's number 1. San Antonio's number 2.
I'd be stunned by Cleveland. They're healthier this year.
Stop it.
They
They're
lost
frauds.
to Boston last year,
they're
dude.
frauds.
They're not losing to Toronto Raptors.
I'm not saying they're losing to them, but my God, you believe in them way much more than everybody.
I think if you took the rosters and put different uniforms on them, we would view the Cavs and Knicks very similarly.
No, we wouldn't. Stop with that. Don't do this argument with me again.
All right.
It was stupid.
All right.
when we
You
did
don't
it
like
the first
losing
time.
the argument. I understand because I'm always right on this. But anyway, you want to hear a quick rule change?
A rule change for what?
The NBA on the fly.
Oh, yeah.
On the fly?
They changed the lottery.
What?
No,
I mean,
NBA,
that would be amazing if they did that.
Imagine that.
All you tankers, guess what? Sorry.
Kiss my fat ass! It's tanking adjacent.
Okay, go ahead.
The NBA and NBA Players Association have ruled in favor of Luka Doncic and Cade Cunningham on their extraordinary circumstances challenge for the 65-game award rule. They are now both eligible for MVP and All-NBA.
Yeah, that's a logical move. And that rule that they made, I'm going to give you a cross-sport analogy in the NFL. I think you'll appreciate this, Tiki. I think the NBA came from a good place in saying, hey, we want to motivate guys to play, so we're going to make a 65-game rule. But we realized quickly it doesn't work. It reminds me of the good-natured idea the NFL had to say, let's challenge pass interference.
Right. And then you realize you're putting a ton of flags on the field.
You saw it happen, and we all realized together, hey, not working.
No.
And I think the 65-game rule was a novel idea. I get why Adam Silver did it. It failed miserably, and we have to make the adjustment. So good job by the NBA. They also did not suspend LaMelo Ball. They fined him, like I suggested yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of felt obvious. It didn't feel intentional.
And it
felt like it was just reactionary. Oh, I'm falling. Let me just grab.
And you're right, but more than that, I don't want the game impacted. I don't want a game that people are going to watch with playoff implications.
It wasn't as horrible as I think it. It was not the Joel Embiid on Mitchell Robinson. It was not even close.
Knicks series begins Saturday. Game 3 is going to be Thursday night. So when the entire WFAN radio station crosses the rooftop, we're going to have the Knicks on, we're going to have the draft on, and we're going to be hanging out, giving you our raw reaction of what goes down. You can check it out. Jerry Recco, Giannotti, Boomer, Morash, me, Tiki, Carton, Big Mac. We're all there. We're partying on the rooftop to watch basketball and the draft. So you can hang with us. It's streaming live on Thursday, April 23rd, starting at 7:30 on the Fans YouTube, Instagram, X, and Facebook platforms. It will all be live from the penthouse at 345 Hudson Square Properties, and it's all made possible by FanDuel. And, of course, your home for New York football, WFAN. We'll get to your calls next. We'll get you set for the Yankee game. If you're on your way to the finale of this 4-game series, we've still got a lot to cover. It's Evan and Tiki here on The Fan.
Right now, Amazon Hub Delivery is looking to partner with ambitious New York businesses to become Amazon Hub partners. You and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area when it's convenient for you. And with each package delivered, your business gets paid. Amazon Hub Delivery has no startup costs, no long-term contracts, and no delivery experience required. Amazon is making it easy to earn some extra money and, at the same time, gain exposure for your business. Sign up to learn more at amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Kenny Avdia of the Portland Trail Blazers announced himself to the world last night as a big-time player with 41 points, including the game-winning and one, as the Blazers upset the Suns in Phoenix to advance to a first-round playoff series against the San Antonio Spurs. Avdia has been a tremendous player all season long with the way he can get to the free throw line and bowl his way into the paint, and last night the nation saw it on full display from Avdia. I'm Nick Costos.
Need to sell your house fast? Whether you're facing foreclosure, stuck with bad tenants, or just ready for a fresh start, House Buyer Network can help. We buy homes as is for cash. No fees, no commissions, no repairs. Get a fair cash offer in just 24 hours and close in as little as 7 days. Call 833-719-5877 now for your free no-obligation offer. That's 833-719-5877. House Buyer Network. Fast cash, no hassle.
Offers are typically below market value in exchange for speed and convenience. Call for details.
Hey, Metro New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved an average of $713 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. When your day needs a reset, try the all-new energy refreshers. Strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. The refreshers you love, now with extra caffeine. New energy refreshers only at Starbucks.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Clouds and sun, high 90.
Weather brought to you by Staples. From posters and presentations to labels and loyalty cards, Staples has all the print to boost your brand. Shop now in-store and online. Staples. That was easy.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof. We've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $250 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips so you can check stats, trends, and matchups all in one place and make your picks with confidence. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and over and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hello, New York, New Jersey. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America N.A. member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. Ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Get breaking sports news here. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station.
We got afternoon baseball coming up in a little bit less than an hour. The pregame show, the New York Yankees, the Angels of Anaheim. Max Fried on the mound against Brent Suter. Mike Trout's going to try to continue his just ridiculous stretch that he's on right now. It's like he needed to come to Yankee Stadium to get hot. Now, the Yankee lineup is fascinating to me because I haven't looked at it yet, but what the Angels are doing is like a Boone test. They're doing a Booney test because they're starting a lefty, but the lefty is an opener. And so Aaron Boone has to make a decision, and we know that Aaron Boone likes to fire his bullets.
Shut up, Tubby.
He told us that the other day. He likes to pick his moments to fire his bullets.
Mm-hmm.
So does he put together a right-handed lineup against the left-handed Brent Suter?
No.
Or is he smart enough to realize this guy may only face a few hitters and then come out?
Right, but you don't know who's coming in.
So what do you do?
So you play your best lineup.
Well, the first thing you should do is you should play your best lineup. I agree with you. And if Aaron Boone was thinking out of the box, I am so sorry about what I'm going to say, but it's so true more than ever. You lead off Aaron Judge. Because you give Judge, hey, Brent Suter, you want to face more than 9 guys? You're facing me twice. The one thing I wouldn't do is put, a left-hand hitter in the leadoff spot, just in case Suter goes a second turnaround, and someone who's kind of a weakish left-hand hitter. So I haven't looked at the lineup yet. My assumption would be that
He
Aaron
did exactly
Boone,
what you said not to do.
like he's going to lead off Trent Grisham? Because that's the one thing you shouldn't do it. It's stupid. Like you're facing a lefty who's only going to be in there for 5 minutes.
Would you like me to tell you?
Well, just tell me
Well,
this.
hold on.
What?
Because I'm going to do this with the fan focus. So before we do this.
Your fan focus.
No, we can do that here. I can set up the sponsor and then Tiki.
Just tell us the fan focus.
All right. This fan
Just do
focus.
it. Don't talk about it. Just do it.
Just do it, bro.
Be about it.
Well, now you've wasted more time. This fan focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, Precision Cooking, Effortless Results, ChefIQ.com. Yankees and Angels beginning a little after 1:30 p.m. today. Max Fried on the mound. What is their lineup, Tiki Barber?
It is leading off with Trent Grisham.
Oh, come on.
Absolutely.
Are you
Aaron
serious?
Judge and the two, Bellinger, Stanton, Rice, Rosario playing third base. So no McMahon.
Okay.
So I guess
Take that as a victory.
That's a victory.
All right.
Jazz Chisholm, Jose Caballero, and JC Escada.
Yeah, I look, it's a small thing. I don't want to act like it's the end of the world, but clearly what the Angels are doing today is they're using an opener. I don't know how long Brent Suter's going to go. It may not be very long.
Right.
So just in case, like he pitches well and they try to get him a second turn around, why not move Judge up one slot?
I mean, you could, but I mean, you mitigate that by going lefty, righty, lefty, righty. And that's what Boone did.
At the very least, how about not slide Ben Rice to the 5th spot in the order?
Yeah. How about not doing that?
But I
agree
think
with
that
you.
was because of the lefty, righty.
Oh, so now we care about the lefty. Okay.
That's-
But with Trent
yeah.
Grisham, we don't care.
But Tiki's right. That's why he's doing, but it's a stupid reason to do it on a day like
Yeah, but that's analytics, right?
No, it's not analytics. What analytics tell you that Trent Grisham needs to lead off against the
I'm not
lefty?
talking about. I'm talking
just
about
said analytics.
I'm talking about whoever comes in after Suter.
Okay.
So
Wouldn't the analytics? By the way, I'm not mad at you, but you're doing something that's like a trope on sports talk radio, and it's pissing me off.
What is?
We just by default say it's the analytics.
Yeah.
What analytics tell you Trent Grisham should lead off? Walk me through it.
None.
Okay, so then why did you even say the word analytics?
Because he's trying to alternate
I'm
lefty,
not
righty, lefty.
talking about Suter. I'm not talking about the initial matchup. I'm talking about when Suter gets chased after he gives up 4 home runs in the first inning. You got the game left, and you don't know who's coming on the mound. So you mitigate it by going lefty, righty, lefty,
I know,
righty,
but
lefty, righty.
what I'm merely saying is, and
It's not even analytics. That's the wrong word.
Okay.
It's just it's baseball common sense.
Okay, baseball common sense would
When you
say,
don't know who's pitching, like if you didn't have to give a lineup, a starting pitcher, you would not go, oh, let me put a righty heavy lineup in there like the Angels are
Do you
doing
want me to
against
fix
the
this?
lefty Max Fried.
Do you want me to do exactly what you just said, except smartly?
Of course.
Watch this. Watch
It's move the whole thing up one slot.
Yeah, and move Grisham to the 9 hole.
That's what I mean.
Or you can move it this way. Judge 1, he's a righty,
But
correct?
that puts you left. Yeah.
No, I'm not done. Cody Bellinger, 2. He's a lefty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Giancarlo, 3. He's a righty. Ben Rice, 4. I just gave you the top 4 guys. 2 of the top 3 guys are righties,
Evan,
and you just solved your stupid issue.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just telling you what Aaron Boone is doing.
I know, and
he's playing for the next pitcher. He's put a lineup for the next pitcher.
Yeah, but even for the next pitcher, Trent Grisham is not the guy who should be leading off.
But Trent Grisham won't be leading off versus the next pitcher.
You are ensuring that if you get a 4th or 5th time around the lineup, you will a 4th, but a 5th or 6th time around the lineup, that Trent Grisham is secured an extra plate appearance. It is so stupid. And here's what's funny. I'm the new guy talking. This is more new age than anything else, because the old age talk would be, well, he can get on base and, maybe he could steal a base. Who gives a crap?
Right.
Give me the better hitter. I'm so sick of this.
They have no problem pinch hitting for Trent Grisham, yet he should be hitting leadoff and getting more at-bats.
I know. It's dumb. But don't worry. Big Mac will tell you why it's smart.
Welcome to hell! Who else is leading off?
I just told you.
Judge is not going to lead off.
Ben Rice. Ben Rice, yeah.
Okay.
You could lead off Ben Rice. Honestly, I think there were 2 guys that could lead off for the New York Yankees right now.
Who's in the 5-hole? Jazz?
I got to work the lineup out now.
I wouldn't mind putting Grisham in the 5-hole and just flipping him in Rice.
I totally agree. I don't think there's a problem with that at all. Yeah.
Why not?
Because you're likely to have somebody on base.
You're likelier for him to get less plate appearances.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a runner left on base or in scoring position, because he's now in the 5-hole.
Okay,
and Aaron Judge walks.
I'm at Rosario.
Okay, I said Jazz.
Fine. I was splitting up the lefties and righties because that's what you wanted.
No,
I was making you happy.
Moved Ben Rice, who's a lefty behind Stanton, to the top of the lineup.
Correct.
You got to put a lefty in there.
Okay. All I know is any of these ideas that you and I have are better than what this manager puts out there. And it's frustrating because I think when we do lineup talk with the Mets, it's so boring because they all suck. And with the Yankees, you have good options.
Yeah.
It's actually fun.
Yeah, there's an alternative that makes as much or more sense.
Yeah.
I'm shocked they didn't go Rice second, Judge third, since, they won on a walk-off last night. Aaron Boone likes to make his lineup based on what he saw the night before. So
that's not what he did here. That's not what he did.
That's not what he did.
I'm just mocking what he said the other day.
It's a long-ass season.
Now, let's get to some of your calls. It is a long-ass season. There'll be a lot more of these discussions. 888-808-1019 is the number. Let's go to Jake in Boston. What's going on, Jake?
What's up, Evan? Hi, Tiki.
What's up?
I want to talk about 3 organizations more inept and who lack more accountability than the New York Mets and Steve Cohen right now. And those would be the World Cup, New Jersey Transit, and Tiki's girl, Mikey Sherrill. So if you think Lindor,
leave
and
Mikey
Soto
alone.
if you think Lindor and Soto and Bichette are overpaid, God help us if Steve Cohen and Nepo baby Steinbrenner over there are taking notes with what's happening with New Jersey Transit in about 8 weeks, wanting to charge us, $100
so
to get to MetLife Stadium?
You won't do that. You'd take an Uber.
Yeah, so my vision on this, it's a joke.
We were talking about this yesterday.
Yeah, my theory around the World Cup and the raising of these prices to just take New Jersey Transit, which is absurd. It's absurd. I don't care whose idea it was.
Right. $12 ticket going to be $100.
It's embarrassing, and it's bad for New York, and it's bad for New Jersey, and no politician with a straight face can defend it. So now that we got that out of the way, because it's obvious, here's what our politicians are telling us, and I gladly accept. We're going to leave town. We are leaving during the World Cup, or we aren't going anywhere near New Jersey Transit, and we're going to let the idiots from around the world and the idiots from California and the idiots who do not live here, who do not understand anything about this town, let them be the morons that hand you $100 to go on a train.
Because they think it's their only option.
Yeah, they have no idea. So us New Yorkers and New Jerseyers, we have 2 options. Option number 1 is to leave town.
Yeah.
Option number 2 is to avoid taking that kind of transportation at all during and around the World Cup.
Right. The other option is to rent your house.
That's a great option.
Great option.
Because it's probably cheaper for people to rent your house than what some of the rates are for in the city or in Jersey.
That's what Long Island people did with the Ryder Cup last year.
100%.
They made bank.
It makes a lot of sense. And I know it's not easy to just say, go away. I totally get that. Not everyone can just pick up and leave.
It is the summer.
But it is the summer. And if
kids aren't in school.
If you're ever going to go away, go away. Like, the World Cup is not for us. And I don't mean that as an anti-soccer thing. The people that will attend the World Cup are not New Yorkers. Maybe one of you will, or a few of you will, but it's a very low percentage of those that are going. I think it's very similar to an event like WrestleMania, which is in Las Vegas. The people aren't from Vegas.
Right.
They're traveling from around the country and around the world. And they're so stupid, and I'd be stupid too. Like if I went somewhere I wasn't familiar with to go to some baseball event in Bermuda, and they were charging me like $600 to go from place A to place B, I'd probably do it because I don't know better. And that's what they're doing. They're taking advantage of either foreigners or non-New Yorkers and Jerseyers from outside of our local area. So we just have to be smart. We're not going to give them our money. We're just not.
No. Yeah.
And it is offensive.
It is, but we're not. It's not affecting us.
It isn't. No, it's not. But I know it's Look, here's the problem. I'm not engulfed enough in the politics to know who's doing it. All I know is if you're doing it, you should be embarrassed and you don't have an answer. So I don't know. I don't know if it's your girl.
Mikey
Is she your
Sherrill.
girl?
Mikey Sherrill.
Okay.
Governor Sherrill.
I don't know if it's Governor Sherrill. I don't know if it's I don't know. All I know is it sucks. It's unfair. But the advice I'd give everybody is get the hell out.
Didn't she come out today and say FIFA should be flipping the bill, not the commuters?
Yeah, she
So
did.
then it's not her decision.
Yeah, of course not.
Because it was made before she was in office.
Who the hell is FIFA to come into our city and our states and dictate anything?
Yeah.
Like, who are they?
And give out peace awards, too.
They give out what? Pizza?
Peace awards.
They give out pizza awards?
Peace.
Peace awards? Yeah. What are they, the Nobel Peace Prize people?
They're trying to be.
You're hungry, too, Evan, huh?
Well, kind of. We get off early today. I'm trying to figure out my new food schedule. Speaking of which, I don't care if it's earlier than normal. I like to keep people off the track. Feed us right now, Sean.
in the booth. Somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling. No! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking. Nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Let's go, Cinco de Luncho. It's brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything, everywhere. If you're en route to Yankee Stadium today, again, Yankees, Angels, 1:35 first pitch right here on the Fan. Here's the top 5 things that need to happen at Yankee Stadium today.
Here we go! Number 5.
We can check one off the list. I made this at 8 a.m. Sit Ryan McMahon.
You got what you wanted.
One already taken care of here.
Number 4.
Someone take a picture of the ice cream chicken bucket, please. Does it still exist?
You haven't heard about it.
I haven't heard anything about it.
I need that ice cream bucket. If I had a different schedule today, I would head on over to the stadium as soon as our show's over.
And you'd probably be late for a bucket.
That's true. That's a good point. Then I'd be even more annoyed.
Yes.
Number 3.
Universally boo the music in between pitches. It's our last resort.
That's a good one.
We have more information on that, so we'll address that coming up in about 10 minutes.
All right.
Number 2.
Walk Mike Trout every at-bat. Don't let him leave here on a good note.
Wow.
Screw him.
Mike Trout is so back, we want to give him the Bonds
Yeah,
treatment.
on the way out, see you later, Mike Trout.
How about you drill him?
I don't want to do that. He's too nice a guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, he's an Eagle fan, right?
Yes, he
He's
is.
a South Jersey Eagle fan.
Drill him.
Number 1.
Stop batting Aaron Judge third. Again, we seemingly took care of that because that really annoyed me last.
Batting third?
Yeah. Because now you're pushing back less at bats. Evans in my head.
Yeah.
But anyway, 2 of the 3. Thank you, Aaron.
I think in baseball, and I speak to the older listeners when I say this, we have a knee-jerk reaction to just hate what's new. And sometimes what's new is right. Now, a lot of it isn't. I'd be the first to tell you. But a lot of it is just right. Like, sometimes we thought about things the wrong way. And I think with lineup construction, we thought about things the wrong way. I believe your best hitter should lead off. Now, a long time ago,
Right.
I'll never forget it because I was doing my Saturday show, and I had a special guest on, a newly retired baseball player by the name of Gabe Kapler, who went on and managed, got ridiculed, and is now
I knew him more as a manager.
Yeah, and now he's a general manager, believe it or not. And so Gabe was on, and we were talking baseball, we were talking shop, and Gabe's like, you know what I would do if I was a manager? I said, what would you do, Gabe? Just retired. He's like, I'd start using my closer in the 6th or 7th inning. I'd use my best relievers like in the biggest moment of the game. And it was like this epiphany as I was talking to him. I was like, he's so right.
Right.
And from that moment forward, I had a new view on bullpen usage. And I've been using it to this day, which is if I have an elite level closer, I should use that weapon. Boone talks about firing his bullets. I would fire my bullet at different moments in the game. Sometimes the biggest out's the 6th inning, not the 9th inning. Sometimes the biggest moment's the 8th inning, not the 9th inning. Gabe Kapler and I, but mostly Gabe Kapler.
Evan Roberts.
It was mostly Gabe Kapler. It's not me.
Evan Roberts.
Thank you. We're right. And now it's being used by a lot of managers. So sometimes you just have to listen instead of being mad at, well, that's new and different and I'm not used to that. And you realize that some of the new ideas are right. And when it comes to lineup construction, we got to get it out of our head that our best hitter needs to hit third or fourth. It's outdated and it's wrong. And that's okay. Like, there were a lot of things that were wrong from a long time ago.
It just feels like it's going to take a long time for that to change. Because people have been talking about this for a while, and some baseball teams adhere to it, like the Dodgers. We talked about Ohtani yesterday, but most aren't.
Well, you know how people
like Soto, he's not leading off.
No, you're right. It doesn't happen with every team. You know how people are going to get used to it?
How?
They're going to die off. I'm serious.
That's true.
Like, people just aren't going to be around anymore. So those that think it's horrible, they're just not going to be around anymore. Just like someday I won't be around.
Right.
So my dumb opinions will disappear. And then new opinions will take over. Imagine if we took a phone call, like we were able to talk to a dead guy, and we talked to a guy who watched 1917 baseball and got his view on things.
Right.
His view would be like completely different.
Probably very racist.
I was going to throw that in there. That was my next line. He was also probably really racist. And would look around and be like, what's going on now?
Who's Jazz Chisholm?
We laugh only because we've gotten so much better. So it's
yes.
That's why we're able to laugh, but it's horrible when you think about it.
They let them play with each other.
It's why, like, if you said Tiki, you're not going to believe it. Or I said Tiki, you're not going to believe it. Or you said Evan, you're not going to believe it. We got a guy on hold. We haven't had a chance to talk to him yet. He's a baseball fan from 1921.
He just got unfrozen. We're going to pop him on the air to talk baseball. We'd actually be deathly afraid to put him on.
No, you're right.
Yeah. That's a YouTube spot.
It's a good point.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't be able to tell I'm black, though. So it'd be okay.
What if he was looking at you?
No, you said recall.
Oh, that's true. As a caller, yeah. It's not even you. He would talk about the baseball players. I'd say your name. He'd be like, excuse me? Francisco Lindor?
Oh, that's a good point.
So we can't talk to the racist guy from 1917, unfortunately. Let's go to Lee on Long Island. Hey, Lee.
Hey, Lee, what's up?
Hey, gentlemen, how are you?
Good.
Evan, I actually met you on Saturday at the game. I took a selfie with you.
Nice. Good meeting you.
I should have sat down on the floor and played action figures with your kid because it would have been less of a waste of time than watching Kodai Senga walk a 160 hitter with the bases loaded, I guess.
Yes. So. Yeah, no, you're right.
I wanted to make a couple quick points, and I've been hearing a lot of criticism of social media and things like that of Mendoza and the speculation of when he's going to get fired. And I got to be honest with you, when I look at this team. This is Stern's baby. This team, first of all, it doesn't have a first baseman on the entire roster, which is insane.
That's a good point.
They built a team without a first baseman.
Yeah, there's not a true one.
And not a true first baseman. And I don't know what Mendoza, like, I don't see anything I don't see him doing anything wrong. I don't know what he could do. This team is just, they're not hitting. But yeah, I will say this. They tore away the entire offense. They're not scoring runs. They're not winning games. But, I heard the locker room might be a better place now. So I guess that's what fans care about, according to David Stearns there.
Right.
But I don't see what Mendoza is doing that he would get criticism and he would get fired, other than the fact that somebody has to get their head on the chopping block.
Well, I think you just hit on it. I mean, unfortunately, you hit on it. Like, this is not Carlos Mendoza's fault, but when a team underachieves, you can't blame all the players. You can't DFA all the players. You can't make a bunch of trades in April and May. So what teams try to do, and sometimes it works, is you just change the voice. And if the Mets don't turn it around, they're going to do that.
Right.
I understand that Cohen's tweet from the other day makes you think that they're not close to doing it. And maybe they aren't in his mind. But if they continue to lose, it's a natural reflex for a baseball team to try to change it up. And a lot of times it doesn't work, but a lot of times it does. And so it doesn't mean it was Carlos Mendoza's fault. I don't think anyone's suggesting it is.
Right.
It's
what David Stearns has told him to believe is the way forward. And he might be wrong.
Unfortunately. Now, yesterday, we spent a little bit of time, and this has been kind of a recurring conversation over the last few weeks about the loudness of Yankee Stadium. It was revealed to us at the very end of the show. Thank you to Brian Hoke, who's a great reporter, and he's so selfless. He was actually promoting another writer. He said, guys, last year, you may have missed it, Bob Klapisch did a deep dive on why Yankee Stadium is so loud. So I read the entire article. There are tons of fascinating quotes from Yankee players on why they want it that way.
Right.
We'll discuss that coming up next, plus some of your calls at 888-808-1019 as we take you right up until the Yankee pregame show. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama is making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project. Plus, take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free and home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free and home consultation today.
This drive around the league with Tiki Barber is sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery. Visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. We spend most of this time in the lead up to the NFL draft dissecting and discussing what each team's needs are and who they're likely to add to their rosters. We often neglect to think about all the young men whose lives are about to change and the opportunity that's right around the corner for them. What are they thinking? Well, having gone through this with my twin brother 30 drafts ago, there's a mix of nervousness and confidence. Anxious because you're officially becoming an independent adult where the consequences of failing or falling down could mean your job. You'll just draft somebody else the following year. Most athletes, however, don't make it this far unless they are supremely confident. And with the idea of stardom right around the corner, and with that, big riches, these is the most exciting times of their lives. Drive Around the League, sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery. Visit Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
And this portion of the program was sponsored by Paramus Chevrolet. Portion of the program was also sponsored by Bet365.
Together, let's drive at Paramus Chevrolet. For just $187 a month and just $28.99 to a delivery, lease a brand new Trax 4D Wagon LT with front-wheel drive for 39 months. Buying, enjoy 0.0% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. Visit ParamusChevrolet.com today.
With Bet365 Early Payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey.
I'm a 100% kind of guy, so I got Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet because I do everything at 100%.
What game should we watch?
100% of them.
She hits a
penalty kick
out of the park
from way downtown for a
beautiful shot onto the green.
You either have 100% fiber internet or you don't. Get Verizon Fios. It's super fast and reliable with ultra low lag. It's 100% or nothing. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today.
Go Teams!
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Are you sick and tired of paying high prices for Continental tires? Then get to Town Fair Tire for the lowest price you'll find anywhere. Yes, the guaranteed lowest price on every Continental tire. Plus, at Town Fair, you get free services for life. Think about it. Why look anywhere else for Continental tires when Town Fair gives you the guaranteed lowest price plus free services for life? Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-894-7722. That's 800-894-7722. Again, 800-894-7722.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be 1,000,000 miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
HL Gross Jewelers of Garden City is Long Island's premier engagement and wedding ring destination. Visit HL Gross today or online at hlgross.com.
Knicks fans, it's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and add a boost of excitement to every New York game day with same-game parlays, live betting options, player props, boosted odds specials, and the best daily promotions in the business. With the BetMGM app at your fingertips, you can experience the excitement of betting on your favorite players and get in on all the blue and orange action as your New York Knicks drive the lane. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. BetMGM, make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
In digital advertising, everyone talks about clicks, but clicks don't pay the bills. Sales do. Outcomes from Viant is a new way to advertise that prioritizes your bottom line. Our AI-driven technology looks past the noise to find the customers most likely to buy your product. It's smarter, faster, and designed for real-world results. It's smarter advertising made simple. Visit Viant.ai.
No matter the season, New York sports never stop. Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets. If it's happening, we're talking about it. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
A beautiful day for baseball if you're heading out to the big ballpark in the Bronx, the finale of this 4-game series between the New York Yankees. And they call them the Los Angeles Angels, but they will always be the Anaheim Angels because they actually play in Anaheim. We'll give you specific reasons and quotes on why they blast loud music at Yankee Stadium. But first, Jack is in the car. He's on his way to the ballpark. What's up, Jack?
What's up, guys? First of all, I love your show. Just got to say that.
Appreciate it.
Second, I just got to talk about this Yankees team this year. Like, I'm just going for the vibes and a nice day. This team, I'm a huge Yankee fan for a long time, and it's just been the same construction every single year for the past 10 years. Just a bunch of guys who strike out all the time.
But you know what's funny about that? And I think that's a stereotype that is said about the New York Yankees. They've actually done a pretty good job of cutting down on that, of being this all-or-nothing team. And so I think we say that a lot, and maybe it's because the best player strikes out a lot. But I'll give you an example. Actually, last year's not a good example. They struck out the second most times in the American League. My bad. I thought they cut down on that.
Nope.
Let's go to the year where they went to the World Series.
That one they did because they walked a ton.
That's right.
That was Soto.
That's when they cut it down. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I don't think that's necessarily the reason that they fail. I mean, I think that when you go through and look at team success, you will see teams that strike out a lot and still have success. So I don't like the Tigers struck out a lot last year. The Mariners struck out a lot last year. In the same neighborhood as the Yankees. In fact, the Tigers struck out 9 fewer times than the Yankees. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's not exactly a known formula of, you strike out too much. That's going to be your death sentence. And I think the way the Yankees look at things, and I understand why fans don't love it, is, hey, we were good enough to be the best team in the American League last year.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have home field because of a tiebreaker, because of a game here or there. If we're slightly better, and they believe they are slightly better because the trade acquisitions from last year are here for the entire season, and oh, by the way, Garrett Cole's coming back, and we just finished 2 games better, and we're the best team in the American League, that's a formula for us going to the World Series. And so I think that simplistic view is why the Yankees and the organization views themselves a hell of a lot more confidently than the fans do, who say, hey, we're headed towards disaster.
Yeah, no, you're right. And I think when you ultimately think about what wins in the postseason, it's you got to score, obviously, but it is pitching. And the Yankees, in theory, when Garrett Cole and Rodon are back, should have an elite staff.
Oh, no doubt. Should be right up there. Now, I want to address this because we've talked a lot about it. I know Craig and Big Mac have talked about it as well. The loudness at Yankee Stadium. Big Mac goes to a lot of games. Sean and I were there at opening day. It is very, very noticeable. And yesterday we played this funny clip of Wayne Randazzo, the Angels broadcaster, mocking the loudness. And you could hear it in the clip that we played yesterday, just how loud Yankee Stadium is. So Brian Hoke did a great job of letting us know. It's at the very end of our show saying, hey, guys, Bob Klapisch did a big feature on why this is happening.
Right.
So great work by Bob. Number one, here's a quote from Jason Zillow, who's the Yankees VP of Media Relations. Great dude. Times have changed. We're trying to meet our young fans where they are. There's an elaborate speaker set up in the ballpark. We didn't install it to play Phil Collins elevator music. Also, the speakers are fixtured throughout the stadium so that it can be very, very loud.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be that loud.
Aaron Judge, quote, to be honest, it's still not as loud as the players would like it.
Get out of
That's
here.
my counter to Tiki, who says it doesn't need to be that loud. According to Aaron Judge,
That's because they can't hear it.
For me, the more music, the louder it is, the better. That's a direct quote from Aaron Judge.
Until you're sitting underneath and it's too loud that you can't cheer because you can't focus because your head hurts, Aaron.
Here's the other Aaron Boone. Quote, it's about time baseball caught up with the NBA. I love what's going on now with the sound effects. It should have happened 2 to 3 years ago. Wow. Can you believe that? Here's more from Aaron Judge, right? When I go see the Knicks at the Garden, they're playing music even while they're bringing the ball up the court, said Judge. If you don't do that, everyone starts looking at their phones or they stop paying attention. Music is a good way to perk everyone up. This is Aaron Judge.
Yeah, how about not striking out? That perks people up.
Wow, you're turning on Aaron Judge right now.
I'm not turning on Aaron Judge. Look, I think what Aaron Judge and the Yankees envisioned has backfired. I think it's very easy from a player's point of view to be like, yeah, this will charge up the atmosphere. Until you're a fan and you sit through it and it becomes distracting. And dare I say, with this many people being vocal, eventually a deterrent on whether you want your ears ringing by the time you walk out of a stadium. And I'll go a step further. You want to grow the game for kids? I don't know, man. Like, I have to think twice. I have a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old I want to take to the game now. Do I have to bring headphones in for them if I'm sitting under these speakers now? Because that's like a deterrent. I don't want to have to be doing that.
I don't think you'll like the quote that came from Carlos Rodon. So I just let you know what Aaron Judge said and what Aaron Boone said. They love it. It's not loud enough. Carlos Rodon says, quote, you have to remember a lot of the fans are tourists. Coming to Yankee Stadium is part of sightseeing. This might be the first and only time they come to New York, so you want to make the event as exciting as possible. I'm sure they don't mind how loud it is.
Oh, God.
Then play and win. That's exciting. And what does he think? Somebody's going back to Argentina and going, hey, it was a great Fetty Wap song we heard on the 3-2 count. What are we talking about? Tourists go back over there. The Yankees won dramatically, not that.
By the way, this article by Bob Clappish, great work by Bob. He must have done this at a time in which no one was paying attention to it.
I have to reconfirm the date, but I think this same article dropped the day Tom Thibodeau was fired.
Oh, really? Really?
So that would have slipped under the radar.
So he also interviewed like a bioacoustic expert named Bernie Krause.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently last year during one series, the decibel levels reached the mid-90s, which according to an audiologist is a danger zone. Quote, at 90 decibels and above is where human damage begins.
Oh, God.
Bioacoustic expert Bernie Krause said. Glucocorticoid enzyme levels shoot up at those levels, and the heart rate speeds. It's a deliberate concentration of acoustic energy to promote the illusion of action. Wow.
It should also be noted, this was, like, although he was quoted in there, Hoke had reached out to both of us. He did say this was a direct result for several years of Aaron Judge himself telling the Yankees the stadium needs to sound like this, and that Judge continued to push for it.
Wow. Well, I mean, clearly in this article, Aaron Judge is a huge fan of it.
Yeah, but I don't think he understands how loud it is to the fans.
He doesn't.
But do you understand his point? Because Aaron Judge does make the point that without sound, people's eyes tend to go to their phones and they pay less attention. Do you buy that?
Okay.
Like we go to the games. Does it cause us to go to our phones?
Yeah, this is everywhere. But this is every level of entertainment.
Yes.
You see this in Broadway shows. People are on their phones. It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
movies do this. If you talk to some producers, there are 2 points in movies where you usually start to get the plot, and they usually happen later in movies. They've had to move them forward so people don't lose interest and go to their phones, waiting for character development.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's like these action sequences that happen early in movies because you have to.
Right.
Like, think about it.
So you're saying it works?
I mean,
well, no, here's the thing. It works until you go to enough games that then you become used to it and you just start staring at your phone through the middle of the sound anyway.
Right.
It's a Band-Aid fix. It's a Band-Aid fix.
It's tough because I think what makes this issue a little bit more complicated than maybe it was in our brains 2 days ago was it felt like you're forcing this upon the fans. It's all about the fans. We don't like it. If everybody in the organization, including the players, say, no, this is awesome, I don't know, man. It becomes a much more complicated issue. Because, like, especially in the NBA, I could understand, especially when you're growing up and you're playing out a run, there's music playing, right? I would say the boombox was playing, but that was more like 25 years ago. Your iPhone is playing music. And so I could understand a young basketball player saying, dude, I hoop better when there's music. And I get it.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, okay, I think that makes sense. Maybe that's why Barclays Center, Madison Square Garden has constant music. Are we getting into a place where Aaron Judge will say, hey, guys, I'll be honest, I'll have a better at-bat if music's playing? Like, is that the world that we're now living in?
Apparently, that's what he's saying. That's what he believes. But
then it's tough to argue it.
It's very tough to argue it, but it doesn't mean that the fan enjoys it.
Yeah, I don't think any fan enjoys it.
No.
I think that's the problem. Like, if we put a real poll out there for people that go to games, and if you're on your way to Yankee Stadium, I want you to pay attention to it. There's a little homework assignment, a little Evan and Tiki homework assignment. Take a listen and tell us what you think. Because I have a feeling it's going to be overwhelmingly bad. And then, look, that's the other problem. You want your customers to be happy. I mean, sure, you want the players to be happy, but you also want your customers to be like, hey, we love going to the ballpark. And Carlos Rodon,
I don't think it's going to stop people from going to the ballpark.
No, but you want your customers happy. I completely agree. It's not going to cause people to not go, but you always want, like, your customer to say, hey, I really enjoy that experience. That was a fun time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And this is derailing in some regards.
Well, good job by
Especially
Bob.
if you're not used to going.
Yeah, you're right. Good job by Bob Kloppish. I had to buy a pass to read the article at NJ.com. And guess what? I bought the pass.
Did you?
It's a free pass because then I have like a 7-day, what's it called? Like 7 days for free?
A free trial?
I got a free, yes, that's what it's called. I got a free trial. So I got NJ.com for a week. Let me see what you got now.
Draft week? Good week to have it.
Impress me.
All right. Don't impress me much.
Shania Twain.
You got it.
Bang! Because I'm one of those suckers where I buy a lot of the Athletic.
Right.
I buy the Athletic.
Yeah, because you can use the Athletic.
I
You're going
use
to
it.
learn something from that.
They got some really good writers. I like them. I even buy the Post still, which is so stupid on my part. So this is a chance for NJ.com based on an article that was written a year ago.
You have an iPhone?
Yes, I do. Why?
You should get the Post for free.
So here's the funny part. This is where I got problems. You're right. You can read the Post for free. But there's an app on the tablet where they give it to you like a real newspaper.
Oh, I see.
And that costs like whatever it costs.
Right.
And I love it.
Right. It just makes you feel like you're reading a paper.
Yes.
I hear you.
It makes me feel like I'm reading a newspaper like the old days. And I'll tell you a true story. This is a true story. And I'll be honest about it because it's been a long time. So I'm here at WFAN. I'm started full-time. Everybody around me is a legend. I am so, like, in awe, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It was even before Boomer and Carton started. Don Imus is here, Joe B., Mike and the Mad Dog. And I would go to the bathroom every morning. I had to go.
Right.
Nothing has changed. I'm doing the same time slot, right? So I'd go into the bathroom, and I'd bring the newspaper. And I got lectured very nicely because Tracy Burgess is like the sweetest woman. And she said it so nice to me. She's like, Evan, I got to talk to you about something. I said, yeah, well, what's up? She's like, it is actually disrespectful for you to take the newspaper into the bathroom. And I felt, I don't know.
But why?
Because it's a communal newspaper.
It's a communal newspaper.
Oh, right.
I felt so bad. I was like horrified that I did this, and I was called. I didn't know.
Right.
I was a young idiot. I'm like, I want to read the newspaper. What else am I going to do when I'm in the toilet? And when she called me out on that, I never did it again because I have respect. But I've also been, whenever I think of real newspapers, I think of how much easier it is to be on my tablet. And not have, Charles McCord be offended that I was using the newspaper. Can you imagine
amazing.
How horrified I was when she told me that?
Yeah.
And to her credit, she was so nice about it.
Right.
But I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I need to disappear from the world
It's
right now.
a poo paper the moment you bring it back to the newsroom.
I didn't know. Did you guys know that?
Okay, if you were in a doctor's office and the magazine's just sitting there and you really have to go to the bathroom, you grabbing one and sitting down?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's terrible.
Okay, clearly I have no etiquette.
No, you don't.
Well, I learned. She taught me.
Outside of scoring games, did your parents teach you anything?
That you're not supposed to take newspapers into the bathroom?
Yes, we're a society.
That's all my dad did.
No, at
he
home.
He would spend an hour and a half in there with the newspaper.
But that's his personal paper at home. You're at work. It's an office paper.
I didn't associate the two.
You're unbelievable.
Anyhow, let's go to Anthony in Bridgewater, New Jersey. What's up, Anthony?
What's up, guys? Thanks for taking my call.
No problem.
What's up?
Hey, this Mets thing, man, right now, it's driving me crazy. I think Mendoza, I think he's on the hot seat. I think it's getting very hot because this is like kind of some guys talking about before. This wasn't just about this year. This is mid-June last year. We're almost, 11 months, and they have played terrible baseball the last 11 months. I didn't even go see what they're playing, but they have to be close to 15, 20 games under 500.
No, they are. I looked it up. That June 13th date, which was so famous last year, they are 22 games under 500 since that date. So you're right. If you extended in the last season, they're one of the worst teams in baseball.
Yeah.
And you talk about the seat getting hot.
That's really bad.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
We've talked all week about the seat getting hot. I know everybody has around this radio station, and so names have been brought up, right? And the obvious name is Carlos Beltran. I've endorsed him. I think most people have said he'd be the right guy. There's nothing new there. I brought up Joe Girardi earlier in the week as somebody who would definitely do it, and I think could be good at it, but I doubt the Mets would do it. And, of course, we talked about the guys that are internally there. Kai Correa, Andy Green. I have a new name.
Who?
And this one has not been mentioned yet. And by the way, one other name we heard
so
was
this
JD.
is not Joe Girardi.
Is not. I already said Joe Girardi.
Yeah, revisiting Joe Girardi.
JD Martinez was another name. The Mets brought him in. No. This is a big one. In fact, David Stearns could win back the fan base if he did this.
Wally Backman?
No.
That's a good one.
No. Boy, you're
Buck Showalter.
No. No, this is real. And by the way, there's a connection to the Mets, but it's too long ago. Like, no real connection to the Mets in terms of recency. Because
So
I think
why would it win the fan base back?
Okay. Do you want me to just tell you?
Yeah.
Bruce Bochi.
Forgot about him.
Bruce Bochi may be one of the greatest managers of our lifetime, and he still wants to manage. It's not like Texas. Bruce is like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Bruce Bochi still wants to do it. He's one of the greatest managers in the history of the sport. And the reason I said loose connection to the Mets is he played for them in 1982, but we're not. Come on.
Right.
I wasn't even alive yet. So I'm not really referring to that. But if you brought him in and said, hey, we're serious about winning, you get it done. By the way, you want to hear something crazy about Bruce Bochy? Today's his birthday.
Yeah,
Wow.
I just noticed that.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, because you went to his baseball reference page.
Yeah, exactly.
Bruce Bochi is 71, but he managed the Rangers last year. And 2 years ago, managed the Rangers to a championship. He has managed 4 different teams and has had amazing success with all of them, or 3 different teams. Yeah, Padres, Giants, and Texas.
Wow.
Like, wouldn't that be if David Stearns was able to say, you know what? Because I know there's a stereotype that the front office runs everything. I think it's a little bit overblown. And you could blow that theory away by handing the keys, at least for a year or 2, to one of the greatest of all time.
And maybe, based on his experience the last 2 years, he can convince Jacob deGrom to want to come here at the trade deadline.
I don't know why you did that part. That was just, it's not necessary. Like, don't do that with my emotions.
Why not? Had you thought of it?
I was not. No, I was just talking about a new name for the manager.
If he's ever going to come back, he probably had a good relationship with Bruce Bochi. Bruce could say, Jake, we need you.
Okay. That's great. Thank you for that. So what do you think of Bochi? What do you think of that name? Did you just go, The guy's one of the greatest managers of all time.
Things that make you go,
You just went, You went, like I just said Jeff Torberg.
Is it changing the construction of the roster?
Well, no manager change is going to change the construction of the roster.
Exactly. So what's he going to do?
He's just one of the greatest of all time.
Okay, but what? Okay, forget Bochi. I know he's the greatest.
Yeah.
They're not losing because of Carlos Mendoza.
I know, but we've agreed that a managerial change may be necessary. Like, we've kind of, not yet, but we're getting there, right? Then why are you poo-pooing
Because I don't know if it solves the problem, especially if David Stearns is going to continue to be involved and run it like he's been running it.
Well, the roster has issues, and I think we all agree with that, and we know that nothing's going to change the roster, but I don't like what you just did there. Because I gave you a manager, and you just said, well, it doesn't matter.
That's putting a Band-Aid on a laceration.
Well, isn't a Band-Aid better than ripping open the laceration more?
Depends where the artery is.
Yeah.
All right. I've confused myself.
No, you're better getting stitches.
Okay. I'm going to ask you the question this way.
Snitches get them.
like fixing the issue.
Well, yeah, but they can't do that in the middle of a season. I'll ask it to you this way. We have a clock to decide when it's time to move on from Mendy. Once you get to midnight, you're done with him.
Right.
What time is it for you, Tiki Barber?
It's still 8.
Okay. It's 8 o'clock. Fine.
Yeah. I agreed with you on whatever day that was, Tuesday.
Yeah, and I'm at about 8:15. I moved 15 minutes over the last few days. Let's say you get to midnight the next 2 weeks, and you're like, you know what, Ev? We got to try something. Of the names I've brought up, and I have brought up a lot of names, the realistic names like Andy Green and Kai Correa, Carlos Beltran, and then, of course, the outside-the-box ones like Joe Girardi and now Bruce Bochi and J.D. Martinez. Of all the names I said, if I said Tiki endorse somebody, you're David Stearns, you're trying to save your bacon right now, which is the name that you, Tiki Barber, would endorse? Go ahead.
Beltran.
Okay. Thank you. And what would you say if it was Bochi?
I'd say that's interesting. He's not changing the lineup.
Is Carlos Beltran changing the lineup?
No, but
so then what?
But at least he's here.
Okay. All right. Who would you endorse if the Mets make a managerial change as an IBO?
Joe Girardi.
Oh, you like the Joe idea?
I do. I generally do.
Okay.
I think that fits.
All right. Thank you guys very much. Do you like the Boch idea or no?
I like the Boch idea, but I think to Tiki's point, it's 71 years old.
Is he taking it?
Yeah.
Oh, I think he would take it. He basically got thrown out of Texas 2 years after winning a World Series.
But is he fixing it?
Yeah. I don't know if anyone's fixing it, though.
Right, but at least if I invest in Girardi, I think I could get 5 years out of Girardi where he has some time here.
I got you. Fair enough.
Girardi's likely telling Stearns to go F himself.
Yeah, well, I think Bochi would, too. I think Bochi would say, you got to give me 2 years to do what I want.
I just don't know.
I also think it's an overrated argument, and I have said this with the Yankees, and I'll say it with the Mets. It's overrated to think that the manager isn't making their own decisions. The manager is making their own decisions.
Oh, I'm not talking about the in-game decisions or daily decisions or roster decisions. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about you're giving me these players? You think that guy is going to help us win and get to the postseason?
So you think Bochi would look at the roster and say, nah, I'm good?
Yes.
Okay. He took over Texas. I'm looking at their route. Oh, Marcus Semien was their best player. Maybe he would take the job. By the way, I'm dead serious. I just pulled up the Rangers page the year they won the World Series. Bochi's first year there. Their best player statistically was Marcus Semien.
Wow.
What a far cry.
How things have changed.
Yeah, what a far cry that is. John in Garden City's on his way to the Bronx. What's up, John?
What's up, guys? I just pulled into the 164th Street garage.
Nice.
I'm doing one of the great things a father can do for his son. I pulled my 10-year-old out of school at 11:30, and we're going to the game together.
That is great.
My little Johnny's next to me, loving this.
Did you surprise him, or did he know it was coming?
No, he knew because I wanted to make sure that he wasn't blowing the whistle with me at school and saying, like, why is my father here? And then they got to ask me questions.
No, I get you.
So
That's
I had him
awesome.
ready.
Good for you guys, man.
And they were good with it, by the way. You know, school's changed. It's not like it used to be. But anyway, I'm calling. First of all, I want to do a Yankee thing, but let me just tell you, I'll give you a name who would work for your Met thing. Is Dave Martinez, because that was Soto's World Series manager.
How about that one? Davey, bringing Davey back. I apologize. We have to go because the Yankee pregame is going to start, and you got to go because you're at Yankee Stadium.
Right.
And you should enjoy your time with your son, buy him a bunch of hot dogs. Maybe you'll get the chicken finger ice cream and have a day.
Yeah, it's an ice cream chicken bucket, not a chicken finger ice cream.
Sorry.
Right.
I've been calling it that like 10 times. Now you correct me?
Because I've gotten a lot of complaints.
As the music is playing. If you've missed any of the show, rewind it on the Odyssey app. You can also check out the WFAN YouTube page where you can subscribe. Yankee pregame show is coming up next. The Carton Show will follow the Yankee game, so Big Mac will defend whatever the Yankees did wrong. And then we're back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Have a great day, everybody.